Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures slightly to the upside this morning, coming off another solid performance on Friday for all three major U.S. indexes. We had big move up in Apple, 10% to end the week on Friday, set to extend gains again this morning. Apple shares, that is, ready to gap to the upside this morning as well. Some positivity coming from more treatment news, or positive treatment news, when it comes to COVID-19. Eli Lilly announcing they're entering a treatment drug into a late stage 3 trial as far as that is concerned. We'll also get more earnings this week from drug makers, including Moderna. We have Wayfair coming up this week, and more from the electric vehicle space, as Nikola Corporation is set to report coming up later in the week. We're watching Microsoft shares this morning gapping to the upside after rumors over the weekend tying them to possibly a potential buyer for TikTok as far as the U.S. operations are concerned. They're up about 3%. We'll have a look at Microsoft right off the bat. It's a brand new month. It's Monday, August 3rd, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. A little bit of a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Bit of a mixed bag here. You can see Australia to the downside big time, 2%. Japan higher though, 2% offsetting. Let's shift over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. Positive numbers across the board here, 2% there in Germany leading the way so far. Almost 2% for Sweden as well to the upside. Let's go over to North America and see how things are shaping up. You can see a bit of a mixed bag here. We do have U.S. markets back to the upside. The NASDAQ leading almost a full percent already for tech stocks as far as the futures are concerned. TSX futures here in Toronto, not changing because TSX is closed today. It's a civic holiday here in Ontario, so nothing to look at as far as Canadian markets are concerned. Neil is off for the next 2 days. So welcome, Arun. Arun is joining us, sitting in for Neil for the next couple of days. Guys, Monday, exciting. We have Microsoft, we have TikTok, we have more earnings to come. We have another SPAC to talk about today.
There we go. I was going to make sure I'm straightened out here. Yes, thank you. Another SPAC, the current SPAC, Nikola SPAC, everything's going off today, and including Microsoft. And welcome to the show, everybody. Yes, we are today one man down, but well covered today with Arun. And those of you guys that have watched us before and watch us every day, Arun comes on, talks about the futures, and now he's in the building. So we welcome Arun. Arun, how are you today, my friend?
Yeah, you know, it's been an eventful market day. You know, it's the first day of the month. First time I've gotten into a futures trade all week. Well, first in about 2 weeks now, first trade before 8 o'clock. So we'll get to that at some point. But it's going to be an active day, especially with Microsoft coming around with a ton of news there. And there's a lot of markets moving around as well. Apple there too. We'll get to it all. Brendan's got it all. So we'll get to that at some point. But for now, we're just waiting on what to trade. What do you got for us, Brendan?
Yeah, a few things moving around in the pre-market that were up on Friday. Pinterest, one of them as well, extending gains from Friday's move up after earnings. So we'll have a look at Pinterest. So a lot of positivity coming into the new week. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's head over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. I hope you had a great weekend and welcome back. Guys, sign up for our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And please be supportive and let's get 1K likes this Monday. Let's get it started and back to Brandon.
Lots to get through this morning, including what is coming up later in the show. Brand new educational video coming your way. Yeah, profit from sympathy plays during earnings season. So if you don't want to actually trade the company that is reporting, a lot of times you can make a trade or express a trade anyways with another type of instrument. So lots of great details, lots of great little tidbits in that video there. Valeria will have the link for you coming up later in the show, about 11:45, 11:50. It's Monday. We're going to have a guest trader of the day coming on at 11 o'clock this morning as well. If you want to participate and become a guest trader of the day, send an email to marketing@tradertv.live. Let's go, guys. Lots to get through here this morning. Let's start off with NIO. We'll head over to the EV space as there's a number of news stories surrounding the electric vehicle space. Again, this morning, NIO reported 3,533 deliveries in the month of July. That was up 322% year over year, so a nice uptick again on the monthly sales. The company also said it plans to now increase production to meet up with demand that is continuing to increase. So here we go, NIO to the upside again today.
Yeah, no, electric car makers is everything the rage right now. We see Workhorse, we see Tesla, and then now today you see NIO. The only thing that's a little bit puzzling to me is we had that huge run on Friday into the close and basically all day, and NIO just kept going downside and actually touched 1175 down here southbound. So now today you're going to see it making a move up on that 322% increase in vehicles. So you know what? I mean, yeah, whatever. I like it. I mean, NIO's been a good breakout trade. We've hammered it early. The only problem with NIO is, and we always talk about this over and over again, and that is that early trade, right? You see right here off the open, makes a big move up even on Friday here. Maybe I can expand this a little bit more. Big move off the open before coming fade right back down. And the same thing the day before. Obviously I had to fix the time frame on this, but as you go. So we'll have to wait to see here what this stock wants to do. You did see it, the same move here, up and down, the same move up and then down. So today these are the last 2 days, up, down, up, down. Now today we come in 1255. It touched out 1270. You saw the top here. That's where we kind of turned and on a dime, 1270 or so. So I think I like 1270 to the long side here on NIO. The only thing that we always check here too is the market on open indicator, and you have 550,000 shares to buy here of electric car companies. So I like it. I like it through 1270. We'll take the long through 1270 to start here. Did you have a chance to look at this one at all, Arun?
Yeah, I'm looking at NIO and it's too much in a range for me. You can see on my chart here, I've got this marked off all the way down to about July 22nd, late July. We've been stuck in this range. For me, 1320 on the top end, 1170 on the bottom. Anything in between, you're kind of range trading it. So for me, in terms of breakout trades, I'm looking at 1320. Hopefully we can get that breakout. That'll be a nice breakout if it actually goes through these levels. 1170, not as great.
Tesla here, the next one we have to get through. Up more than 1% in the pre-market here on lighter volume, worth mentioning. But Tesla saying Q2 China sales more than doubled in 2020 to 1.4 billion US. That number still makes up only about 1/4% of their total global sales. So nice uptick for Tesla here. Not terribly active in the pre-market, though, it's worth mentioning.
Nice. I mean, it's nice to see that Chinese sales doubled. I mean, they have that big production plant now in China that's off and running. They do have some tax breaks there in China as well. So nice to see that the Chinese economy is welcoming Tesla. So we go from their own cars with NIO to over to the American car with Tesla. So yeah, this bottom's pretty interesting to me right here. We're going to break it right now. It's 1455. I mean, that's going to happen in a couple seconds. As you look at the upside, we did have some problems right around here, 1475. If we can zoom out just a little bit more here and move it over, you can see 1475 right here was a little bit of a down area, and we held it on Thursday. So we held 1475 pretty strong here on Thursday. I mean, sure, it ticks down to 1470. Then you get a bunched up area at that same top. So I think a 1475 break is definitely worth the long. We're going to put that trade on no matter what through 1475 here on Tesla. And if it goes, I mean, if it doesn't go, I guess, more appropriately, then you got to give it at least $10, probably all the way down here to 1465. So there you go. I like Tesla through that. Oh yeah, and just I see there's a lot of talk here. Yeah, Neil is camping, guys. He is not glamping. He is camping. Has anybody ever done outdoor camping? That's where you sort of backyard camping. Sorry, where you camp in someone's backyard. So he's in his in-laws' place right now. It was raining yesterday when I was on my way back from up north. I was kind of feeling sorry for him because they were in a tent. It's raining and he's on air mattresses. So I hope that he moved his operation inside. But Neil will be back on Wednesday, guys. So a lot of people asking about Neil, but thank God that we have Arun right now. And Arun trades, obviously, just to introduce him a little bit for those of you, trades the futures quite heavily. We'll be switching over to a little bit of equity today as well. So lots of experience with Arun. We actually had Arun back when Neil and I had our campus office, I'd say 10 plus years ago. Arun, how many years have you been trading?
It's about 14 years now.
14 years. Okay, so let's do, it'll be a roller coaster today in these markets. Arun, 14 years trading. Also, like we mentioned, equities and futures. We'll be trading all that. So I like 1475 on Tesla. Is there any levels that I'm missing here maybe, Arun?
I like 1485. Same trade, breakout trade. I just like 1485 instead of 1475. That's
the top there, 1485. I do like that move. If you come to my chart right here, guys, this is that bottom, 1485. I do like breaking through there for sure. 75 is a little bit aggressive. There's that 85 again. We're just going to try to take it right here through 1475. Let's see what happens, Brendan.
All right, guys, we'll continue along here. I want to get to Microsoft next, but worth mentioning Diamond Peak Holdings, the latest SPAC to jump into the EV space, DPHCU. So a 5-symbol ticker, DPHCU on the NASDAQ is Diamond Peak Holdings. Electric vehicle maker Lordstown Motors going public through a merger with Diamond Peak Holdings, valued at about $1.6 billion. This is supposed to close in Q4, so still lots of time for this deal to get done. It's going to trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker RIDE once the combination happens, so RIDE. So again, Q4 when this closes, but worth watching DPHCU. We saw this with both SPACs that have happened before the actual deal closes. Lots of activity. Sean, thoughts on this one yet? I mean, it's very, very quiet in the pre-market so far. DPHCU, not a lot of volume here, but another SPAC coming to market.
I mean, Lordstown Motors, I mean, look, I just don't know. I can't keep up with them all. Like, we didn't know about Workhorse before we knew about Workhorse. I didn't know about Lordstown Motors before now we know about Lordstown Motors. So, look, DPHCU, quite the symbol name. We'll see here. What's surprising to me already is that's only 32,000 shares. So, with a spread that's 30 cents and such a low float there on this name so far today anyways, the float's going to be low, and obviously the volume seems to be low. Here's a daily chart of it. It's done absolutely nothing. It went up and down there on some of that SPAC related excitement the last couple days, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can trade this one. I'd rather keep my ear to the ground and watch it. If it does get instant volume into it, then yeah, break through 13. We got as high as 1380 today, but DPHCU, nothing much. Did you just want to go right into Microsoft now, Brennan, or did you want to say this story?
Let's jump over to Microsoft. Obviously, the big news of the day, guys. Microsoft gapping up about 3% so far. Possible quick arrangement, I guess we could call it, a shotgun wedding I saw this morning between Microsoft and the U.S. operations of Chinese-based TikTok. Sunday, President Trump saying that he said a national security risk posed by the Chinese-owned short video app as a risk. So Microsoft stepping in. He gave them 45 days, guys, to get a deal done. Can that happen?
We came in here, me and Arun already had a little bit of back and forth about this. And look, we don't know if TikTok actually even makes money. I mean, this is the thing. It's a Chinese company right now, and we saw some of the accounting worries with some of the Chinese names. And so is it a good move for Microsoft? That's still be determined. I mean, Microsoft right now, the only social media game they sort of have on point from what I can see is LinkedIn. And even then, that's a little bit, obviously a little bit different here than a Twitter, Snap type of thing. I think it's a great opportunity for Microsoft to sort of expand into social media. Again, I just know that TikTok has quite the following, and if the U.S. government's worried about all the information that TikTok has gathered, there must be some kind of value in that. But again, I'm not sure how it fits with what Microsoft is trying to do, so I'm a little bit nervous. Obviously, this 212 is going to be a great breakout for us. We screwed up a little bit of Apple last Friday because we were going long and the move didn't happen until slightly 11 o'clock-ish. Here's Microsoft ripping to the top side here, gapping up now. How much is it up now? 2.5%. The move happened on Friday already. You do have 215, 216 as the all-time high. I like a break through 212 on Microsoft. So if it gets there, then hopefully that's the market telling us that they like this move. But otherwise, man, just a fade right back. Here's the move up late on Friday. That's what NEO did not do. So that's making me nervous about NEO as well. But do we trade back to 205? We could trade back to 205, but let's just wait to see what happens with this deal. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't. Is $5 billion worth it? Who knows what this deal is going to be? If they give shares, I don't know if that's even better for shareholders. I'd rather them pay cash. All these tech companies are sitting on cash. I'd rather it be a cash deal than dilute some shareholder value. But we'll wait to see, Arun. I like Microsoft, but it has to break through 212 to let us know that the market likes this deal.
Yeah, Microsoft is just running right at this point. I'm going to have to wait for this thing kind of settle in, give me a decent level to work with. 204.70, but that's the level I'm looking at, but that's like $6 away, $5 away. So for me right now, Microsoft is not in play, even though there's a ton of activity. I'm sure there will be a trade at some point as the day goes on.
Yeah, worth mentioning, guys, very high relative volume for Microsoft in the pre-market, so definitely worth a watch once we get a little bit closer to the open. ADT, the home security firm, big mover this morning to the upside, getting an injection, I guess, $450 million injection from Google's parent, Alphabet, for a 6.6% stake in the company. They're going to work on combining some of ADT's technology with Google Home, which is kind of interesting. So ADT, a big mover here, guys.
I mean, let's call it like it is here. I mean, it's faded right back in. This is one that we should be short here. We'll see if we have shortable shares. It is moving on. This is just a 3-minute chart. We'll change it over to 1 minute just to show you this move downside here. It's just been sort of, like stairs, just all the way down. I keep on saying TikTok all the way down, but this is not TikTok, this is ADT. So coming all the way to the downside. Look, ADT is not a technology company, but now they get bought by one. So we're going to wait to see. We're making new moves here. I can't even go back. This is February of 2019. We were only $8. We did hit a high of almost 10 back in December. They're a security company. We all know about that. It's the alarm. I think it's great news for Google, and I think it's a good spot for them. Whether or not they overpaid for it or not, I'm not sure, but 6% of ADT here, a good little portfolio adjuster there for Google. They want to get in this game. They're now taking it over. You're seeing them. I mean, Amazon has Alexa, Google has their home and their home minis and whatnot. Now they're going to add a security portion to that. They bought Nest. We know about how that's they're selling a lot of Nest products. Google reports, they reported huge amount of income for a lot of different sectors. They're just diversifying again. No surprise here that they make another acquisition. So let's wait to see. 6% is not huge. This thing could fade through. But again, the market may like this. We'll see what kind of revenues now come to ADT. I have no idea about the deal they made, but $4.30, $14.30 looks like a good breakout level here for ADT.
Yeah, for me, I'm just looking at 18 on the top end. I think there's a ton of action above 17. So breakout, if I'm going to take a breakout on the upside, I'm going to go 18 on the top end. In terms of buying at support, we're kind of getting to that now, just under 14, going all the way down to 11.50. I like this as a great support area. So if I can find something to go off of, I will definitely step in here and put 11.50 as a stop.
All right, guys, let's go to Marathon Petroleum, another one moving around in the pre-market this morning on some M&A activity. They announced they're going to sell, finally, their Speedway gas stations and convenience stores. So they have, obviously, Speedway stations right across the U.S. So they're selling them to 7-Eleven's parent, 7 & 1 Holdings, for $21 billion. This deal, or the potential of a deal, was announced, I want to say, way back at the beginning of this year, January or February, we were talking about this. It's taken them this long to find a buyer. So 7 & 1 Holdings buying Marathon Petroleum's Speedway gas stations, guys, for $21 billion.
Yeah. Look, nice to diversify, get out of some of the game here. Nice to sell it for $21 billion. Again, hard to know what's internally valued here for this project, but Marathon Petroleum, I mean, up that 6.8% right now and still making moves. It looks like it's all faded back down. The futures have come down a little bit here. Oil still making a move higher, so we do have that. We're going to have to check out natural gas for petroleum and Marathon here as well. $40.55 right now for crude. crude and moving around 0.62. So we do see Marathon here doing decent volume, guys. 540,000 shares. I don't mind this stock. I mean, if you look at a daily chart, it's a nice move, but it's still not really out of its way yet. So we're at $40.50. So that's just the top. That's just right here. We're still trying to break out. I would love to see it hold this 43. So let's see if it can get above this net level right here, 42.30 for a breakout trade on Marathon. But if you're a shareholder today, I think I may sell into some of this strength. You get a nice little 6% bump up here. Makes a lot of sense for me to sell this stock.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for, in terms of breakouts, I want to see if this thing can get back above 43. There's a ton of action coming down, which makes me wonder how strong this really is on the upside. So if there is strength, I want to see them take 43. I'll take a breakout trade. Hopefully we can get to that top that we put around 46 or so, around 4 a.m. this morning.
All right, guys, let's talk Apple. Maybe, Sean, we can jump over to Apple here real quick. No additional news on Apple this morning, but worth having a look after the big move up on Friday. Ended the day up more than 10%, gapping up even higher after earnings at the end of the week last week. Guys, what do we do with Apple here today?
Yeah, I see someone say I got $20, make me $1 million. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to do that, but okay, Apple right now today, guys. Look, Friday it was a very, very fun and exciting stock to trade. Needless to say, you see what happened here. Let me see if I can zoom out here. Friday afternoon, man. I mean, about 1 o'clock, this thing just completely changed its mind, like I was talking about. Very, very choppy here off the open. Moved down, tried to come back, made a move down to 406, rifled back up, thought about it again. Dipsy-doo, danced around until about 1 o'clock, where 408 was the bottom, and then it said, see ya, went all the way up to 426. Today, you're at all-time highs again for Apple, looking at 431 right now in the face. The high of the day here is 433. Look, man, VWAP's at 432. I have to be patient with this one. Apple, in my opinion, almost near $2 trillion. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. It's $1.8 trillion, taking over Saudi Aramco as the largest. We'll see what Saudi Aramco did over the weekend, but I think Apple right now, the largest company. They have so many tailwinds, man. This pandemic's been so good for them. The iWatches, their streaming service, their services business as well. Apple running into that stock split. It's the 5th time they've split stocks. Every time it's had this run up, people like to hold whole shares, right? So 3 shares of Apple is going to cost you, I mean, depending, it was roughly $300. That's huge. A lot of people like to own that. Even though we have fractional shares right now, Apple just continues to move higher. Watch out for a break of 431 to the downside. I'm not going to be shorting Apple today. I'm going to be looking for spots to get long.
You know, Apple's so strong in the last, 2 days? Since the earnings came out, it's been crazy strong. And for me, as it's tailing off around this 432, I do like the long, but I want to see what they do below 430. I'm not going to step into it just yet. I'm looking at 427 on the stop and 430. I want to see if there's some buying below 430. I'll step in, put in a $3 stop, and we'll see if we can get a bounce off the bottom there.
Yeah, maybe 433, maybe, yeah.
Another big mover, guys, at the end of the week last week was Pinterest after earnings, better than expected earnings on Thursday for Pinterest. Big move up on the daily chart as well. Again, no additional news as far as Pinterest is concerned this morning. Another one here, guys, that has kind of faded off a little bit already, just broke back down through 35 for Pinterest, but another one showing some strength early on.
Oh man, Pinterest again. They reported on Friday, and those of you guys that were trading that one know exactly the move that it had on Friday, and it was a monster to say the least. Huge gap up there on crazy earnings for them. You know, $25 gapped all the way up to this level here. $35, $36. That was the high there on the pre-market. After that, it faded all the way back down before starting to make some highs before that afternoon run. So this high rate here, $33.75. Watch out for that. I think we could, even though this is good news coming from Pinterest here, upgrades and whatnot, price target increases. You still do have this $33.75 that there was bunched up action over here in the morning on Friday. Then we stopped a couple times. Then we finally broke that level before taking off, and then now today you get this high again. I mean, if we can zoom, maybe I can zoom back out just a little bit here. That's 35.38. So that's 35.38 again, basically 35.50. Watch out for a 35.50 break here on Pinterest. But look, guys, you do have a big seller here at 35. So kind of like we've been saying, you got to let the market open up. I did see some questions about what is this. We use the Pro 8 trading platform, and what this simply is we call it the imbalance locator. It's an indicator of open orders on open. So they're marketable orders that are going to come in off the open, and this is only listed, it only lists like this for the New York Stock Exchange. So these are all buys. The first 6 or 7 symbols are all buys on here. I do not see Pinterest up here. I see CCL, we can get to that. I see some space, that's Virgin Galactic, there's ADT. So all these are space. I don't see Pinterest on here, but NEO getting bigger, guys. So watch out for that top break as well.
Let's talk about Carnival here, guys. Carnival announced way back at the beginning of June, we talked about this. The ADA brand European cruise line said they were going to start or restart operations beginning of August with 2 trips, one on August 5th and one on August 12th. Those have both now been canceled because they're still awaiting approvals from the Italian government. So this is, I believe it's German-based. I'll double check that. But they cruise around the European landscape, stopping at different ports throughout Europe. So they're still waiting on approvals from the Italian government. So CCL to the downside this morning on that news.
I mean, they're not going to get the all clear. I mean, that is what it's going to be. They're not going to get the all clear from anything in most major European countries. This is a German company, ADA Brands, but they're not going to get the clearance from the U.S. for quite a while. You see what's happening there. I don't think that's going to be good news. I don't care what happens. You know, the American culture and economy are spend first, ask questions later. Until they get that sort of an opportunity, then I don't think anybody, they're not even going to have an opportunity to take any cruises. So watch out for 1372. That's the bottom here. Unless there's a change of heart somewhere and this market starts to rally, I just think that these cruise lines, man, they're burning a lot of cash every single day. These boats are docked. There's huge problems. Obviously, they're trying to avoid bankruptcy. And I feel like one day we're going to come in here, man, and it's going to be bankrupt. And I just don't like the way this is trending. They need to get this coronavirus. This is not a talk. Like, I'm not predicting that any of these cruise companies are going to go under. But as far as an investment, I think as every single day goes by, it just becomes worse and worse. We are now below this 50-period moving average, which I love. That's 1674. A couple bottoms here. If we ever come close to breaking 1139, 1150 again, then you probably see 7 or 8. So that's got to hold on. I'll go over to my friend Daryl. You like to trade this a lot, and so does Elizabeth. If there's any sort of comments at all on some key levels, let us know. But right now, Carnival, in my opinion, looks to be in trouble. Anything on that chart that you like, Arun?
No, just 13 even as a support area. A ton about buying around 1320. I know Brendan's at the big screen waiting for us to talk about stock there, so we'll go to him.
Yeah, one more to get through. A couple minutes to go here, guys. One more to get through here. Kodak, obviously, big mover last week, $750 million loan from the government to help support the start of Kodak Pharmaceuticals. So very active again this morning, coming all the way back, though. Already can't get out of its own way. We gapped up to 24.50. It's trading around 21.5 right now. Watch 21. There was support here late in the day on Friday for Kodak. Arun, why don't we get a quick look at the overall market and the futures, some of the levels you're looking at today?
Okay, so I'll pull up a chart here. You can see here on my screen. Here, let me actually shorten it up a little bit. So on the 1-minute chart, I got in pretty early. I got in around 7:40 this morning. I got here early, so I saw the trade. I took it. 7:40 on the breakout. I took long. 32.81. My stop is 32.55, which is all the way down here. So yeah, it's a 26-point risk, but that is how I trade, so I'm okay with taking that shot there. I like the breakout, so if you go, this is a level we've been, I mean, we're sitting on the fence with this, but I just took the shot because I think it's enough to work with. But if you go back a few days here, this is towards the top end of this range. I think it's just enough to take a shot. Of course, this could burn me really hard, really fast, but for me, right in this area with the kind of strength we got overnight, I'm perfectly okay taking that shot on the top end. So 32.81 long, 32.55, which is a low here, overnight low. So that's my stop there. And hopefully this thing can go towards 3,300. I think there's enough for a breakout, but hopefully I'm not wrong.
All right, yeah, no, I mean, look, the future should be able to go here. I just made a keystroke error on Microsoft, so we have to get out of that one hopefully soon, and we'll see what happens moving forward. But right now, we got to get out of this one. We did not mean to get in. I waited for 212. Some reason there, it just punched me in right there. So we are long right now, 211.98 though on Softy, and it's just ripping up. So let's get out of a little bit now and not look this gift horse. Shout out to my boy Neil in the mouth right now. We're still waiting for 212 to break. Only 2 minutes to go right now as Microsoft takes off here. I need to get out of some of this, Arun. But we're just going to get out. I have 200 shares, but I just don't want to let this trade fall back flat against me, as it looks like we're going to break through now. A good little trade on Microsoft. We take it on that VWAP break there. We didn't mean to have 300 shares, but we'll take it. Now moving to the upside, a good little start to the day here, guys, on Microsoft.
All right, I like that Microsoft break. You've already got the long, haven't you?
Yeah, I literally just got this Microsoft long right now. We can probably hold this, which we will. We were looking for a 212 break there. So if that does come up, it goes all the way to 212.08 right now. So we do have these softy shares. We could dump them, guys, if it gets back below 211. But we talked about liking this. Me and you went back and forth on TikTok. So let's wait to see what that value does. The next trade that I want to look at too, Arun, here is NIO breaking the top. I wrote down 1280. So when that happens, hopefully we'll be able to make a trade there. And then the other trade that I have on board right now, not on board, but looking to put on board, is a break of Tesla through 1475. So that should get going, and we'll see how spicy that one can be for us as this market wants to get going. Right now we have Microsoft only. You have your futures position on, right?
I've got the futures position. That's a couple points in the money, but I've also had that for over an hour and a half now. So that's a different story. Microsoft, I do like that 212 break. Another trade that I think is technically setting up is the HIHO. And we never got around to talking about this, but this thing's moved around quite a bit. And I think a breakdown below 420, actually, I'm going to step into this as soon as the market opens. A little too early. I don't know what's going on with the imbalance on this. So if we can stay underneath 420 as we open, I'll take the shot on the short side, put about $5 on the stop. I think we've got some space, about $2 or so downside.
Oh, we missed the countdown, but sorry, Arun, but we got to go right now. Here goes the countdown, and we are open. Sorry about that, Randy. Oh my God, Randy's got the baseball bat. There goes Microsoft. Yeah, don't be in Randy's bad books there with the baseball bat. So, okay, here we go. Microsoft to the upside. We did take out some shares there. So it's already a big little banger out there for a nice little win on Softy. We go long in the pre-market. We take that out. Now let's wait for 212 to come through. But we don't need to let this trade fall flat. So let's exit some of this. We're going to wait for a bottom pick here on Microsoft. 210, 209, looking pretty juicy right now as the future's making a move down. Watch out for downside. We got to go over to CCL, guys.
Yeah, you know, another trade that I think might be available right now is BABA. BABA taking out 254 towards that 255. As we can get close to that 255, I'll take a long. Microsoft is backing off that 212, so no, we're not going to do anything with that one. BABA is the one I'm looking at right now. I want to see if we can carry forward on this one. So as we get there, let me get up and set this order up. Futures, yeah, we're going to let it do its thing. I've committed to this trade. There goes that 255 on BABA. So you know what? I'm going to bid down here. If we can get that fill on the pullback here. Nope, it's still going. So we're going to have to wait on this one and find another stock to trade.
Yeah, okay. Microsoft coming back to the downside there. We just dumped a little bit there. And my charts aren't even loading today. There we go. So Microsoft back down to flat. We'll dump some. Now we'll let the rest go. So right now we're long. Microsoft 211. Good trade to start the day. We did want to look at also CCL here. I do like it if it does take out Daryl. This bottom, it just bounces off VWAP. Let's see if it takes it again. 1335, 1320 to the downside of Softy right now. Of CCL. Microsoft still going. We did take a little bit of a hit there, but Brennan, what you got?
One that is crypto or tied to the crypto markets, guys. Marathon Patent Group here. Mara up 70% again today. They announced a whole bunch of new mining equipment that they purchased and will have online by August. Worth mentioning, guys, Bitcoin slightly to the downside so far today, guys.
Yeah, I was watching some Bitcoin there. If you do want to watch that, that's GBTC. Okay, Apple as well, guys. We didn't put an order out. Of course, I wrote down 433, and now Apple ripping to the top side. Good big trade there on Apple if you got 433s. You did have to hold that one against you a little bit. Let's see what Apple wants to do. There's no levels to the top side here at all. This is all-time highs right now for Apple. And what is this level exactly? 435.50 right now on Apple. So watch out. I think I'm going to go long if it takes out the top again. There goes Softy. We take more long at 212, guys. And bang, there it is. Let's go upside. Come on, Mr. Softy. Let's go, baby.
Okay, you got Microsoft. I've got BABA. That fill on BABA, that came through. You'll see on my chart here. I got 255.06 on the long. I got it in front of 256. That was a 93-cent winner, but you know what? It kept going. I'm perfectly okay with it. That was meant to be a breakout trade. A quick 90 cents, I'll take that. Some trades I've missed. Oh, there goes Microsoft. That's the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah, come on, Softy. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Superman is in the building. Superman right here. Microsoft 211 first long. Second long 212. And bang, there it is. Nice little hot dog for you guys today. We also take Apple alongside there. We miss it because we're watching Microsoft. But we had to take a little bit of Apple. 435.70. And we're at 436.70. Dollar in the money now on Apple, plus the money on Microsoft. Big trading day to start. CCL taking out the bottom right now as well. Good trading so far today, guys.
Yeah, you know, I'm still waiting. I thought HIHO had a potential on the breakout. It did not. I did not take it. I kind of got distracted with BABA. So, you know what? Lucky for me, that breakout would have been horrendous there. A quick bounce off there. So I'm perfectly good with that one, not having that trade there. But Microsoft, we're going to have to see if we can catch that one on the pullback. Hopefully we can set that up. That's a great long-term, given how much action here. Let me pull up the Microsoft trade, the chart here. Given how much action we spent on this breakout, I'll take it on a pullback too. And hopefully Brendan's got something else for us to trade with.
Recent mover, guys. Jumia Technologies here to the downside today. Just looking for any kind of headline on this. Big time volume at the open there, but huge flush, 5% for JMIA. It went from 16 there at the open all the way down to 14, guys.
And we take it out, and the stick is out, baby. It's a banger. Let's go. Apple right now, guys, 435 long. We just took some out there before 437. Nice little dollar plus winner. This is $1.30 now in the money on Microsoft. Good trade. We also have, sorry, that's Apple. We also have Microsoft right now, $1.70. Here we go. Run, run, run. Everything running now in the tech space. If you don't have NASDAQ, then you don't have anything right now, apparently. Right now, Apple, look at this long, 435 and change. We took that. We told you about 433. So bang, that one's a good one for us. I don't know. There's so many things I can hit here. Let's slay a couple dragons. Here we go. 438. Apple still going. Adios, amigos. So Apple, a nice little $2 win. We have that one going to the upside as well. Microsoft, that's $2+. Why trade anything else? We're banging this out for you right here. CCL, nice little win. Whoa, we just covered that. We covered that. Now we're out of CCL. Bang on that one. A nice little trade on CCL as well. Everything moving for us right now. Are you still in that futures position? Because futures aren't doing much.
No, it's not. There's a lot of back and forth action, but like I said, this is the area that I like to be long on the futures. 32.81, I'm willing to let it go down until I see something change in terms of volume or action or more sellers coming on board. Right now, I'm perfectly okay with this back and forth. I'm actually looking at NVIDIA, see if we can get a breakout past this 432. If we do, I think I want to take a momentum shot, maybe 50-cent risk, quick move, $1 or so. Hopefully we can get on that. I'm going for 2-for-1 on the risk reward ratio there. It's not meant to be a long-term trade. I'm just looking for carrying momentum at this point. Hopefully a lot of these tech stocks are absolutely just going. And apparently I've just been notified that ADT just halted. So that's going to be very interesting coming through. Yeah, that was a hot stock today. So I'm gonna take a look at this and see if I can actually pull up.
And there it is. It's a $3 winner. Hells to the yeah. Line them up. Take those out. We're gonna be posting this all on Twitter. If you guys want to follow me, look at this. 435 long. Just wish we had a hell of a lot more shares, guys. Follow me at Trader TV. Sean will be posting these up. Big $3 win right there on Apple. We seek revenge, and today we get it. What up, B?
Yeah, volatility halt there for ADT, guys, to the upside. So buy volume on ADT. Also wanted to mention this one, a little lightly traded so far, but Zoom moving around here, 3.6%. They announced they were changing some of their operations in mainland China. So have a look at Zoom, guys.
Yeah, guys, would you guys be surprised if we told you that we traded Neil off and he went somewhere else? Of course you would be. Neil and I, friends forever. He ain't going anywhere. He is camping life right now. So if you're wondering about where Neil's at, he's chilling out. Hopefully, Neil, you're enjoying your coffee, something like that, nice and early. What you're missing, though, obviously, is what's happening right now in the market. And we hit an air horn because the future's now falling down. But we've just crushed everything that we've traded so far today. Apple to the upside, bang that one out. Microsoft, this is a current $2 winner. Look, long down here, 211 on a VWAP break. Long again, more shares on a 212 break. That's what we wanted initially. And that thing shoots all the way to 214. I actually bought some Microsoft in my own account today at 210. Adding to my wins. Let's go. What up, B?
Chewy, guys, big move for Chewy so far. This is all-time high territory here. Above that wick right there, 53, what was that? 53.70, it looks like. All-time high territory for Chewy, guys.
Yeah, I love Chewy. That's another name that I own there. I think that they're going to be a buyout candidate at some point. The worse and worse that this unfortunate pandemic keeps getting, the more that's going to be a problem there for traditional retail. Chewy, obviously, Arun, I don't know if you know anything about them. They're an online pet food, pet toy business there, hence the name Chewy. Neo right now, 1270 upside. Let's take this long, guys.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to get into that NVIDIA. That was great for $1. If you guys took it, I couldn't get my key set up in time. For whatever reason, my keys reset on me. One I'm looking at right now that's coming up, pins. 36 even. We're about 15 cents away. I'll take that 36 even breakout, put in about 35, 30, 70 cents on the risk profile there for that breakout. That's been setting up for a while now. So that 36 breakout, I will like it. And not just as a quick break, but I actually would want to hold on to this trade. I think it's technically set up properly. Futures, yeah, it's coming off about 3 points. I'm perfectly okay with it. I committed to that trade So futures, we'll just let that one ride out. But here we go. Pins coming up to 36 now. If we can get through, oh, it's gone. Okay. No, I can still get into that. There we go.
Yeah, you can
there we go. I just got this pins. 36.03 on pins there.
We just took another big win there on Microsoft, out at 214.50. Can't get much better than that. What up, B?
Yeah, market coming in here a little bit, guys. My all-time high screener is going crazy right now. Here's another one. Fastly up 6.8%, just breaking 103 here. It was 102.90 was the prior all-time high. So a nice move here for FSLY early on, guys.
And we did it again. No Neo, no problemo. NIO ripping to the top side right now. We go long at 71, and there it is at 77, 78, 79. It's a floss run for NIO right now. Neil, this is Neo right now, running to the top side. 1280, 1290, 1270. We've got this one. This day is monstrous. Neil, you know what? Just take the week off. It's fine. We'll be fine over here. Microsoft, a nice out there. We're holding 10% of our trade on that one. Arun was actually one of the guys that told me, Sean, hold more of your trades for longer, and we do, and bang it out right here, guys. Pigs get slaughtered, but look at NIO, just straight to the upside, takes them out there, 84, 85, good trade. Apple to the upside, another long, 430.80 right now on Apple, ripping to the upside. We take that long once again. It goes all the way to 440 and change. Let's see what can happen now with Microsoft, Apple, NIO, all to the long side. A dollar winner again on Apple. Bang, what a day. Neil, don't come back. Let's go.
Wow, Sean, you take a lot of trades and you're doing damn well on those trades. But you know what?
Wow,
Pins.
compliment.
Here we
That's
go.
amazing.
Pins, 36.03. It's about 15 cents. It's messing around a whole lot right now. I'm just going to wait and see what Brendan's got in the meantime.
A couple of things here, guys. Genius Brands. First off, a little bit of an uptick here on Genius Brands. It was Next Financial disclosing a larger stake in the company than expected. They also had Rainbow Rangers toys are debuting today in Walmart stores. I have no idea what that is, but apparently it's a show on Genius Brands Network.
Know what it is. Brendan, come on, you know what it is. Look at this, guys. No, none of us know what the hell that is. Okay, hit the cowbell because we are running things right now. NIO, look at this, guys. Bang, huge trade on NIO. Doesn't get any better than that. Microsoft, hello, long. We're 3 for 3 on this one. And then look at Apple right now. We take it twice, and we bang. This has been amazing trading day. We bang that out at 438. Apple still going higher. Let's not even decide. Let's just keep going, man. The Raptors, if you do follow me on Twitter, guys, I talked about, look, a little disappointing last night here for the Maple Leafs, 5,700 followers. Big shout out to Vass right now. Thank you so much for purchasing this trade, this t-shirt here. We do have the Maple Leafs last night. I give a thumbs down to you. You make me wait 2 months for a 2-0 loss. What's up with that? Raptors still continue. $3 winner now on Apple, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple things moving around so far this morning, guys. Sorry, just reading a headline there. Peloton, all-time highs for Peloton. Another stay-at-home type idea here. Above this high here, 70.90 through 71 was all-time highs. Peloton up 3%, guys.
Holy crap, Peloton. Apple. Guys, we're still long Apple. This is $4 now in the money and still going up. Microsoft is $2 now in the money and still making moves to the upside. So, wowzers, big time trade. This is what we mean, Arun, when we talk about sometimes like the futures, I know you're in them, not really doing too much, but you can see today, if you trade the right names, then you can get the moves regardless of what the market's doing.
Here we go, guys. Pins. Risk reward first exit is right there. I got in at 36.03. I got out just in front of 50. Now it's still going. That's about 70 cents, 63 cents to be exact, in the money right now. We're just going to let this one go. I've already covered the risk on this trade. So you know what? Let it ride at this point. We'll see how this one goes. A lot of momentum carrying. He's got Apple. He's got Microsoft. He's carrying $3 trades. I'm not, but I've got this one. That's about 70 cents at this point. So we're going to find more of these. I'm still waiting on ADT to open. Actually, no, did ADT open up? I don't know. But you know what? ADT is at 1573. I want to keep an eye on that one. That one did halt earlier. So in the meantime, I'm going to wait for this trade. And oh, no, it's still halted. So we're waiting on ADT still. And you know what? In the meantime, Pins is still running. And look at Pins. 88. That's a quick 90-cent trade now.
Great. I mean, amazing Pinterest, amazing Apple, $5 winner, $3 winner on Softy, more than $3 on Softy considering where we have it from. But what up, B?
Yeah, the halt count now at 2 for ADT. So second volatility halt. It did briefly reopen there. 1450, guys, all the way to 1580 off that second reopen. So halted again for ADT.
By the way, like I have absolutely no idea where to get out of this Apple. I don't know what to do here. This is a $5 in the money right now. So we'll wait. We'll probably give it maybe, I mean, I don't even want to drop this at all. So it's going to hold this. I'm not even going to worry about it. NIO, we take some out 90s, and then 90s was our top spot. There we waited for 95s. We did not get it. So a huge monster win here on NEO. What we were talking about, guys, was if you wanted to, please send me a message on Twitter if you have any interest at all. If you do follow it, we do talk a lot. I talked about TikTok there over the weekend, so very important. If you're into it, guys, follow me at Trader TV Sean. I'll drop it in the link here. We're going to start it off. We had 4 negative days in July, and we're not going to have one here. Hopefully, I mean, who knows? It's only 15 minutes in, but we've already hit our goals, man. Arun, do you often have targets like that, or you just trade the action and don't really care what your net is? You just sort of wait for the action to come to you.
Oh yeah, I don't care what my net is. I actually don't care. I actually don't care about the dollar value itself because think about it, right? It's based on how much shares you take, right? So if you get too caught up with the dollar value and you have a ton of shares, you're gonna have a heart attack. So let's not do that. Let's just worry about the penny wins, risk reward ratios. Let's get back to pins here. I covered my risk reward ratio when I took that trade. Now it's just all profit from here. I don't have to worry. Even if this trade loses or if this trade goes back to flat, I've covered my risk. I know I still made money on it. Right now, it's about 96 cents right now. I'm just trailing this one. We'll see how this one goes, but I'm just gonna I'm perfectly okay letting this one go. It's a long-term read. What I do want to get back to is that HIHO. You know, when it broke down through 420, and I thought, you know what, and it bounced up. I'm like, you know what, maybe it was a bad trade. It came back through. That tells me there's a ton of selling that's still left there. So I'm gonna offer in around four even. I'm gonna put the stop around 5, risk $1. Yeah, it's a $4 stock. I'm risking $1, but I think this thing has potential, at least $1 or $2. So risk reward can be covered there.
Guys, we're also in Tesla right now. We just took out a big win there. So right now we've got a bunch of longs, man. We just took off that win on Tesla. Long 475, out 479 there. We'll wait to see our 478.60, something like that. We'll figure out what that price was, but in and out of half of our Tesla. Apple, $4 in the money. We're giving it all the way down here, 441, 442. NIO, beautiful little win on that one as well. Softy, $3 in the money. What up, B?
Kodak, guys, can't get out of its own way. Now 10% to the downside. Its SSR, 1824 was the low from day 2 after the announcement or it's day 3, sorry. Day 3 low was 1824, which is way down here. So still some potential on the downside move for Kodak today, guys. Okay,
1470. We'll probably give, we just took a clean $3 or so on Tesla, which is not that much. We understand that, but that's that 1475 break that we were talking about. Let's give it back to 1470 or so on that one. Everything is making nice moves, man. Microsoft's still going to the high side here, probably down here, 214.50. If we can, we'll drop it off at 214.50 in case these futures do make a decent move to the downside. But look at Apple, 444, 445. This is the dream trade right here for me, Arun. It's been a big monster. We're $5 on. We first go long at 435. It's $10 higher right now. Microsoft or Apple is. What a great trade. Nothing can stop this stock. You see what's going to happen with the reverse split, but we don't want to hold this thing. I mean, we do want to hold it, but we do have to take some profits at some point. $6 in the money on Apple, $3 in the money here on Softy, and $5 losing right now on Tesla, guys.
Yeah, let's go back to the futures. That position's slightly, it's flat. I got 81s, it's trading at 80, so I'm going to point out. You know what's a good sign, though? The fact that they caught some buying as we dipped through the 80s. That tells me, you know what, there's some actual support. Because my concern in this area is that I'm going long very, very close to the top end of a range. And now, I can get blown out. If I make the wrong read here, I can get completely blown out. But the fact that we bounced and caught a bid back up tells me, you know what, there's still some buying. So that long read that I had earlier, or I still have, I'm perfectly happy with that long read. So that bounce all the way down to 327 or 32.77 and catching a bid perfectly helps me out. So we're just gonna be kind of sitting back and waiting for more trades. Pins is still up $1, guys. This thing, I got in here, this thing is $1. No, it's not $4 or $3 like Sean's making, because I'm not as fast. But you know what? I'm perfectly okay sitting on this one too. I've already made my 50 cents there. Futures now moving up a penny, 1 point now. That's up a point, starting to move in the right direction. So hopefully we can clear this 32.85 and get a nice little push towards the 3300s. If that doesn't happen right away, that's okay. I'm also the guy that holds it for hours, so I have no issues waiting on this one.
No, that's good, and I like that call. You got to be very careful sometimes. Look at Tesla, though, guys. This is what we're talking about, and a great call there by Arun. I mean, sometimes you can't stay in these trades forever, and there we go. That's a perfect example. We make $3 or $4, then lose $7. So Tesla will be a negative stock for us today for sure. Okay, my Apple, I put in a stop order breaking through 443. So bang, there it is. A nice $4.50 win on Apple. Flat now. We will be tweeting this trade out. What a great opportunity that was for everybody to have that. And we're doing the exact same trade on NEO that we always do. We'll get out of it. We crushed this to the upside. I mean, if you guys just rewind the tape, we did talk about what we were doing off the open here in NEO, where it goes up and then fades right back down like a glove. Brendan, what's up?
Another one going, guys. Codex extending gains from Friday's move higher. We saw Codex, CODX, not Kodak, also moving to the downside today. But CODX here, 13% to the upside. They got EU approval for a rapid response COVID-19 test kit, guys.
Ooh, Code X. Okay, that's normally a name that Neil trades, but we'll look over at that one as well. But I did want to come back. Okay, I just want to make sure what ADT's situation was. I know there's a lot of traders asking about it. ADT is still halted right there, so we need the market to give us an alley-oop, open this thing back up, and we will have a look. Codex right now as well, busting out, like you just mentioned there, Brendan, $27, $28 and change coming through on Codex. Just want to give you guys an out here on Softy. What we did was a 3-minute moving average of 213.75. So this Codex again, come on. If Microsoft, we didn't take it out at 215 at the ultimate high. We did give a little bit of a hold back here, Arun. Now we're breaking back downside. So there it is. We dump our Microsoft and we are now done with that one. Let's move forward and see what we can do moving into some new names here, guys.
Yeah, I've also dumped my pins. I think there's the rotation happened around 37. I'm perfectly okay getting out here. So you know what? Two exits were pretty close together. The first one was based on a risk-reward exit. The second one was just complete management. So I'm out of this one completely. I do want to get to Workhorse, though. Workhorse, there was a chat about Workhorse. You know what? 1760 is the one I'm looking at the top end. On the bottom, it keeps moving up. The levels keep moving up. So, you know, I'm going to wait on this. I would wait. I'd be careful about the bottom, but the top, 1760, very, very well cleared. And Brendan, what do you got for us?
IMUX and Munix, guys, 32%. Another little pharma name, just bounced pretty hard off 21.5, back above 22.50 here. They have an MS treatment that came back with very positive results, apparently, from a late stage trial. So IMUX on the move, guys.
IMUX, okay, so Immunex there. Okay, Microsoft downside right now. I'm not going to go short, but it is. Just want to bring it to everybody's attention here. Microsoft is now moving to the south side, so we did dump that. Watch out for the high side break once again of 215. If we get that 215 break, I will go back in. So that is going to be Microsoft. Let's see how low CCL wound up going though, guys. Here, if we can, CCL. Oh, darn it, down to 13. We definitely missed the boat on CCL. We did go short there, right in here, and able to capture some profits at 323, but for some reason just should have believed in this name not being as strong as it was before. So CCL, I did give some commentary there that I thought there was a possible bankrupt situation here for CCL. Not that that's imminent or anything like that, but the more this goes down and the more they have their ships sitting on the sidelines, cannot be a good thing. What up, B?
Another one moving here, guys. PRPO just halted to the upside here. We talked about this one, I think it was Thursday. Big mover to the upside on Thursday. They got a distribution deal for an antibody COVID-19 test. So big move up here on huge volume for PRPO, guys.
Yeah, that was, Procipico or whatever, PRPO. We traded that on Friday as well. Oh, yeah, they're halted, so we don't need to look that up. ADT still, I believe, still halted as well. Is this one, Brendan, did you get this one as news pending, or this is just an aggressive move again? Volatility halt again. So, okay, so ADT not really doing anything right here. The one thing is, guys, and we forgot about this, and I feel horrible about it, we should have looked at Snapchat because, again, Microsoft stepping into the space now. There was some talk about Snapchat picking up some market share. I did mention that on any sort of TikTok move and ban from the United States, it would mean that Snapchat could pick it up. But now with this Microsoft volume coming through Microsoft and all this talk about TikTok, it looks like Snapchat right now is bearing the brunt of that because if Microsoft can buy them, then I guess there's no more Chinese regulatory or accounting issues involved there. Watch out for Snapchat to take out the bottom. On Snapchat had a decent quarter, but that doesn't mean that they can't keep this move out of the downside. I'm going to take the bottom if it does break $20.89 on Sniggity Snap. What's up, Brendan?
DTSS, guys, Data C, big, huge mover here in the pre-market. This thing has already come back from $8 to $4.50. We're actually approaching $4 right now on the downside. It's a networking company. They did a deal with the Chinese government, so they're doing some work over in China, mainland China. 118% for DTSS, guys.
Yes. Yes, coffee, please, ASAP. Okay, Snapchat to the downside here. We did want to look at a daily chart as well, if we can, on Snapchat. I do have that bottom breaking out right here, 2090. There is some consolidation, but not huge here at 2077. So if we do get that short, I'm going to look out for 2075. It looks like it wants to make it right now. Breaking down through 2090, Arun, is where I'm going to try to have this one.
Yeah, you know, I got a little, try to get a little fancy here on ADT as it opened up through the volatility there. Try to just step in there and jump in. There's an order that we can do where we can participate in the halt open. I stepped in and kind of took it, and this thing just completely fell apart on me. So that's a big mistake on my part. It wasn't a whole lot of shares, but it's still a mistake nonetheless because it looks like there's a ton of sell action. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it and try to go short on this off the halt reopen. So we'll see how this one plays out. But there was a big mistake there on my part trying to take this one off the halt.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the halts, make out for good, and sometimes bad. We saw last week with Kodak how crazy some of these halts are. And there it is again, halted again. So guys, for me, I love trading through halts, don't get me wrong, but this is looks like a little too dangerous. Back and forth and around, a lot of volatility halts. What's up, B?
I saw Beyond Meat, guys, not doing a heck of a lot here, but Beyond Meat heading to Sam's Club. So they're going to, and BJ Wholesale. So Beyond Meat products going to be available, Sam's Club and BJ Wholesale, guys.
Okay, so that's enough for me to go over there for sure. Beyond Meat, but yeah, now Beyond Meat not doing anything. Just looking at a chart here, I still got ADT up. I'm just looking at other charts. And if you guys can pan over, welcome to the show, first of all, anybody who's their first time here. We do this every single day, even on Canadian holidays. What's up to all my friends chilling out, vacationing? Too bad that you're not here trading because it's been a fantastic trade. Needless to say, and we say what's up to Neil as well on that vacay, and we also say what's up to Valeria. Thank you so much for that coffee there. We'll take that. Okay, here's Beyond Meat. Not doing much though, Brendan. We are right at that VWAP, 129.26. We'll see if we can get a break. I guess that news is already out. So the fact that it's not doing anything leads me to believe that it's not huge news. But hey, look, BJ Wholesale, Sam's Club, Walmart, they're also in there with that pack as well. Watch out for 129.80. What about Tesla? I have a feeling it's higher. No, still not doing anything, Tesla. Okay, that makes me feel better on that one. How's your futures trade going, Arun?
It is kind of sticking around, doing a whole lot of nothing. I mean, sometimes this happens. So where you're just kind of sitting in there waiting. Let me pull up these futures charts here. And yeah, you know. So
you're long the ES right now?
ES long, 3281 is just going back and forth, bouncing around. For me, there's enough to hold on to. So I'm going to step in or just stay in here and kind of just wait this one out. If I start to see some active selling against this level or against this 85, given where we are, I will get out of it. But right now, I'm not seeing just enough to get out. So you know what? 3285 is the area that we need to clear for this long to actually kind of give it some push. But I'm seeing just enough buying to kind of step in and stay on this trade here. So perfectly fine. You know, I've had this since 7:40. Now we're about 2 hours and change into this trade. I'm perfectly okay where it is. It's done absolutely nothing, but hey, some of these trades, you know, it's not an apple like you, Sean. I can't catch apples like you, but you know what? Futures, I'm okay being patient on this one.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not about you versus I by any stretch of the imagination, but that's another point, guys. Trade your own book, right? Trade what you're comfortable with. Arun, like he mentioned, has been in this trade for a couple hours. So, yeah, we trade obviously a little bit differently as we go right now. Just to let you guys know, Brandon talked a little bit about Bitcoin and its move here today. I've been going long here on GBTC a little bit. 1280 long, got out for flats there. Breaks through VWAP, 1283. We go long again. And then we go long again through 90. So we're just going to wait to see. It's not doing much volume, but I did want to talk about that. I know we do have a lot of crypto traders watching right now as well. So what up, B?
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, H-I-H-O, 46%, guys, still to the upside, coming back down though. We just broke $4 there. Arun mentioned this one briefly in the pre-market there. This is a metal manufacturing company from China. They said they're going to delay the reporting of their full year 2020 results due to COVID, guys.
All right, so there you go. Yeah, hi-oh, it's off to work we go. Good little trade there on that name if you have it. We're still trying to work out of this trade right now, and this is our GBTC getting out. We're trying to get out at 93 there. See if we can get a print. If we do, that'd be fantastic. We'll take 94s as well, by the way, guys, if we can get that. Long right now, GBTC 1290, not showing on the board because it's a pink sheet symbol, but we are long that one. Okay, Apple, let's just go back and check in to see what's happening with Apple as we did get out of that one. So not that it's a perfect trade, but it's pretty damn close to it. We didn't get out at 445. We did get out at 440, but I'm really proud to be able to hold that one for that $5 win there on Apple. Now let's just kind of regroup and see how far that one wants to go to the downside here. It looks like it wants to break. Hopefully the futures can keep going as Arun's in that spot, but right now Apple coming back to the downside. VWAP is all the way here at 439. That's not that exciting for me yet. Beyond Meat is breaking lower as I see, so maybe Beyond Meat does have a trade in it, and if it does, it might be to the downside here. 127.80 coming through on Beyond Meat. I do like that one. Let's take that as a break, actually, guys. 127.90 on the short side here of BYND.
Yeah, you know, I'm still waiting on this one here. Pins. If this can take this 37.20 again, I might want to step in and take the shot again on pins. It looks like it's consolidating in front of this 37. In a good way, though. It's building some bottom end basing. So you know what? 37.20. If we can get that break, I'll take a quick shot at this. And you know what? ADT just opened and they did not give me the exit. So you know what? I'm going to take the hit on that before it halts again. So you know, oh no. Okay, well, I figured that out. Workhorse is getting close to that 1760 that what Sean asked about earlier. You know what? If we take that break, I think 1760 with a 1710 stop, that's a shot there. But right now, it's kind of thin on the movement. So not enough to actually want to just step in right away. I want to see what it does above this before I actually step in and bid into this long there.
So the only trade that I have on right now, yeah, good look there, Arun. The only trade that I have on right now is this CCL. It breaks through 13. I feel horrible because it was just, I was in way too many trades off the open here. And this CCL, guys, I hope that some of you kept that one because, wow, this was actually, for the amount of shares that I had here, CCL, I mean, it's a very positive stock, so that's good. But, you know, I was getting too nervous here because we had Apple, we had Apple and Microsoft long as CCL. We were trying to hope for a downward move, so my mind got taken away from that. We should have held on to CCL. Hopefully you guys have that short where we did at 1330. So I go back to it, but I'm not giving this one any love at all. If this breaks through 1305, I'm out of this one. This will be a 7-cent hit. It's not a big position, but we are below 13 on it. So this needs to come down. CCL, guys, you guys have seen how much this stock can run. I'm not willing to take the risk on a run here of CCL back to VWAP. So let's get out early. If it does break through 1305, that's the only trade that we have on right now. ADT, is that halted again? I know, no, it's not. Okay, so you got in there, and then it halts, reopens back down. This is not good trading here for me, guys. I don't care, you know, who you are. If you're trading ADT, that's fantastic. But for me, too many breaks here, upside, then right back down. So I would have gotten caught in here, and it's just not worth it for me. ADT, maybe if it takes out the top here, 1725 could be worth a look. But other than that, we drop our CCL early, and then we drop our Apple as well. So right now, we are actually flat, and we're at a very high spot. The only loss that we have on right now is this CCL one, guys. But over at the big screen, with happening now, and believe me, there's a lot of it, is Mr. Wickens. What's up, Brandon?
Hey guys, yeah, very busy start to the week. Let's have a look at North American markets here and see how things are looking so far. Nicely positive right across the board for the most part. S&P 0.76%, Dow about the same, 0.76%. NASDAQ did hit, threw that up on the screen there. NASDAQ did hit an all-time high at the open there, still up about 1.5%. The Russell, 0.25% to the upside. TSX closed for a holiday today down in Brazil. The BOVESPA, 0.1% in positive territory. We did get an ISM manufacturing number that came out there just at 10 o'clock. It was 54.2 versus 53.8% expected. So better than expected for that ISM number. Yeah, here's Apple. It's been an absolute monster today. Day highs again here, guys, for Apple. So up 4.8% on top of that 10% move we had on Friday. Microsoft, the other big one so far, 4.25% to the upside. We're coming back towards that 214 area. That was a bit of support early on after that initial move to the upside. Yeah, and I checked out this one off the open. Not a lot of interest so far in DPHCU, that latest SPAC. Lordstown Motors, the latest electric vehicle company to go public. That's going to close sometime in Q4, they're talking about. Back over to you guys.
Okay, yeah, so I like all that talk about days high because look again, guys, we took Microsoft again. We're sort of in scout mode here. I don't really know why we could easily just hold everything forever here, as it seems like everything wants to go up. Arun, your futures trade, I'm going to give you the confetti right now. Did you want to talk about it? Are you?
Yeah, you know, hey, you know what? It took 2.5 hours, but finally we got some 10-point movement here on the futures. So patience pays off in the long run. I got in around 7:40 this morning. It is now just past 10 o'clock. Finally getting some movement. You know what? That buying that we saw on that dip, or that I saw on that dip there, just enough. This confirms this breakout. Now we have cleared the multi-week range top that we've going back to late July. I think like third week of July or so. Now we're finally cleared that. Now the first target I'm looking at is 3,300. I'll move the stop on this one just below where the bounce was, because if it fails again, at that point, that's a false breakout. I want no part of that. So the risk has now gone from a 25-point risk profile to about 5. So that's the advantage of being patient on trades like this. Just let it work out, right? Some trades happen quickly, some trades don't. However you trade, just let it work out and don't step in front of yourself when you have an idea. Just let it go and see how it works out.
Yep, okay. I mean, the thing about it is, Arun, still very disciplined, but you do have to watch out and let your trades happen a little bit here. We did take some out there on Microsoft going to the upside, but now Microsoft's fading back through. So you do have VWAP here at 213 and change. We are going to get out of this one if it does break below 212. I'm going to give this one a little more room, like Arun suggested. That's 212 right down there to the downside of Microsoft. So that one's still in there. Good little trade for sure. AMD, wowzers, guys. AMD continues its climbs to the upside right now, up 0.73% just with the market. So it's aggressive like the market is here, breaking to the upside on that one. Tesla was a mistake. We get out down here, but not that it was a mistake. We did save ourselves. We should have probably held it to VWAP. Now Tesla takes off. So actually, Tesla's my only negative stock today. CCL, we're looking for it to break out again. That's a possibility to the upside. Snapchat turns right around off that bottom. So the idea there of breaking this 2090 never happens again. So we'll wait on Snapchat to see if that one wants to come back to the downside again. But Snapchat again, just getting... Oh my God, NIO. Look at this stock. We had this early, and then it does its fade move back. And again, trading too many names here today. We should have noticed that this comes all the way back to our entrance before taking off. The electric car business now ripping. What's Nikola Motors even doing here? We haven't looked at Nikola at all today. 31 and change, not doing anything by the looks of it. Where did Nikola open? Come on, chart, load up for me, please. So still up that 4%, but off the open though, Nikola downside. So watch out here. I do like it if it does get going here, breaking above 31.50 on Nikola Motors, guys.
You know, a trade,
wow, NIO, unbelievable.
A stock that I want to keep an eye on here is Boeing. In the whole move up, as the futures started moving up, initially, we just kept going down. Now the futures actually broke out, we're starting to kind of taper up. That tells me, you know what, there's a ton of selling here. So I'm going to step in front of this 156. I've got an offer at, what is it, just under 156, around the 155.95 area. I'm going to put the short stop. I'm going to put a stop there, enter on the short side there, and put the stop just above 157.40. I'll risk about $1.40. I think there's potential on this one to actually just kind of crack back down towards the lows, which is about $2 away. So initially, even if it takes the lows out, you're making risk reward immediately on that. I think there's enough selling on this breakdown to actually take a shot at this. I'm perfectly okay waiting on this one and see if we can short or fade into this move up here, because I don't know how real it is. I refuse to believe it. So you know what? Let's see if it can prove me wrong.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get proven wrong anytime soon. The only thing that's proving us wrong is our NIO trade, apparently. We did get out of Microsoft there, so we'll give back a little bit of what we give up there on Softy. But I did want to talk about Nikola Motors breaking through 31.40. That's going to be go time for me as well. And new trade alert as well. Beyond Meat down to the downside right now off this trade. We're short Beyond Meat right now, 127.60. What up, B?
Yeah, kind of tied to that Boeing, guys. Spirit Aerosystems here to the downside. They announced 1,100 job cuts today, COVID-based, and also because of the reduction in 737 MAX production. So SPR in New York down 5% so far, guys.
SPR. Oh, Spirit Arrow. Yeah. That's another one. Shout out to Daryl there on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram and on our chat as well, guys. If you did want to follow me and ask me any questions, I have a few direct messages sitting in there, but 5,700 followers, please follow us. I haven't been able to tweet anything out here today, as it's been super active for us as we go. So right now, guys, the only position I'm short now is Beyond Meat. It is breaking through those levels. Brendan came with what we thought was pretty good news today on Beyond Meat, but here we go. A nice little win. I see that. Do I want to tap out? Hell no. I don't want to tap out. The only thing we're mad about is missing that NIO to the upside, but we did have it. Watch out for this Beyond Meat 127. Let's take some out here, 127 teens, if we can get that, and then maybe Beyond Meat trades all the way back down to Friday's close of 126. That would be pretty sweet, but right now we're out of the money on Beyond Meat, but we're flat on it. We'll look for a 127 teens, guys.
FSLY is just absolutely on fire. I'm trying to get this chart pulled up here. It is now up almost 12%.
Yeah, fastly.
Yeah, fastly, just straight up. This is if I can keep finding a breakout trade on this, I would want to step in, but my concern is look out below if it actually cracks, because how many people are actually chasing this thing up? So 108.50 right now, it seems like it's steadying in front of that. So if it breaks past that, I go long 108.50, 107.50 on the stop, $1 for $1. I'm perfectly okay. If it cracks now, if it cracks down below 103, I think that's the trade's done at that point, but that's also $5 away almost. So you know what? This one is just keep an eye on this one. I'm sure this one will set up, given how much movement we've got on this already, it's bound to set up. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, all-time highs again for Fastly. All-time highs again today for Etsy, guys. 6%. Another move for Etsy here. Just went through 125 on a big move to the upside. It was Needham raising the price target. They also announced they've completed the expansion of their payments platform in 7 new markets. So Etsy moving as well, guys.
Etsy, you can't stop Etsy. You can't stop any of these companies right now. Etsy, Pinterest, and whatnot. They just keep on blowing up. I mean, anything that basically IPO'd in the last the last 2 years, that's a social media type thing now blowing up. We're going to hope that Beyond Meat blows to the other way here, blows down right now for us. So Beyond Meat right now looking to make a move to the downside here. We're in that 127 teens. I don't even have an order out. Maybe we should get it, but right now it's 40+ cent win right now for us on Beyond Meat, and we'll see if it can break down through 127 and change. Wow, that Kodak though, guys, that one keeps on falling. KODK. I was looking to buy some options on this last week. Obviously though, that's a little bit too late for that now. $18, high of 25 in the pre-market, or sorry, yeah, that was the pre-market high, $25. I thought that was on Friday. The high Friday, $24.50. Now just crashing down, guys. This company, sorry for anybody that was stuck up here, 33. Even worse, guys, $45, $50, $60. Kodak coming right back down. We did a few shows on this. You got to be very, very weary, guys, when stocks make the move from $2 up to 60. We saw that with Tilray, and here it is with Kodak again.
Yeah, you know, I'm still waiting on that Boeing. I'm still waiting up here just in front of 156. It keeps bouncing around $1 or so, but it won't get up to that 156. If it gets past 154.80, at this point, I'm going to pull the offer. I don't want to see this thing come up again. If it does come up again, I'm going to wait for it to slow down before I actually step into the short. This fade is not happening right now, so you know what? We're going to wait on this one. If it breaks below 154.80, and then we'll sell back if it actually slows down again. Fastly getting back up into that 108 area now. 107.83 is where it's trading. If we can get past that 108.50, again, 107 at this point is the new stop level. If we take 108.50, it is just parabolic. It's not parabolic, but it is straight up there. And it's starting to slow down a touch. So that makes me concerned for the long. If it breaks out, is this going to be a false break given how it's moving? That's something I'm going to have to analyze on the breakout as it happens. I might want to not step in right away. In the meantime, though, we're still waiting for a bunch of trades here. Futures, I just want to update you guys on the futures on how I'm going to manage this here. Let me pull up the chart for this. Futures, it's now messing around with this 32.85. That is the area that was the top of this consolidation before it broke out. Again, the stop is still 32.75. I'm in the money 7 points, but nothing has changed. We're still waiting for that next push past 32.92. In the meantime, Brendan's got upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at so far today. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there today. There's one actually on this side of the story. I'll show you in a second. Pinterest, big mover. But yeah, lots of them so far today. Merck, the only one that's not really doing a heck of a lot, still kind of break even-ish to slightly lower. Qualcomm, another one, big mover last week. At the end of the week, extending gains again today, and Yum Brands as well with an upgrade. Redfin trying to go negative right now. That needs to be updated. One okay as well, from 0.4% to trying to go negative as well to the downside, and WEX already in negative territory after a downgrade. Here we go. Qualcomm, yes, straight higher, 107 to 113. Just consolidating at day highs from Qualcomm. We were looking at it at the end of the week last week off of earnings. Yeah, Pinterest, a number, multiple, and I mean 3, 4, 5 different price target increases and upgrades today for this one, 5.6% to the upside for Pinterest. Guys, back over to you.
Okay. Good look there. Yeah, we love some Pinterest, that's for sure. We talked about that earlier and what a big stock that was. Okay, we did finally get into some Mara here. I see a lot of people talking about it. We took the top off there. I don't know if it's going to be working out, but we're long at 26. Going to give it back here, 309, 307. So Mara right here on some Bitcoin movements to the upside. We'll see if we can't capture some more winners. But here it is, 325 going high side. So we're long at 326. Makes it all the way back. It goes against us 10 cents. So we're going to have to take at least that on this, but here it goes now, high side, hopefully on Mara. Where were we on Mara the last couple of days? Let's see, are we too high now for this? I didn't trade it at all. Yeah, okay, so we've been moving upside here. So MARA, we're gonna get back to 310, but we're long right now. And Arun, your futures contract seems just to be bouncing around here. Any ideas on that?
More patience, that's all
right.
I can say. At this point, we've gotten past the level of resistance that was there as a concern, that 85 area, 85, 86. We're now sitting above it, consolidating. It's just wait. It's 3,300 is right there. I think 12 points away. I think it's going to be a little magnetic if we can get past around 32.95 or so. I think we're going to gravitate towards that 3,300. It's just a matter of how much of a push do we have once we pass 32.92, which was the most recent high. Right now, we're kind of stuck in a no man's land or a dead zone here. We've got support below. We got a little bit of selling above. There's not a whole lot to do except just wait, right, at this point. But one thing I do want to set up here for you guys is Roku. Roku is near the bottom end of its range, around 156.50, or the pre-market range anyways. I'm keying off on that 156 area. If we break 156, I'll put the stop at 158. If it breaks 158, I'm not going to step into the long, but I do want to see how it reacts on the way towards 158.50. If it's strong enough, I'll catch it on the drop again. Otherwise, I'll just let this one go. I'm perfectly okay not having the long on this, given how much action we have. What's up, Brendan?
Another one with an upgrade here, guys, that just popped up on an all-time high list. Yeah, Vantor, AVTR, 2.2% to the upside, broke 22.50 there on a volume spike. All-time highs above Friday's high there was 22.30. So AVTR, all-time highs, an upgrade on that one as well. Medical equipment maker, guys.
So I just want to give everybody a little bit of a heads up here. We just got out there 29s, so some 30s and some 28s, average price 29 there on Mara. It's just a 3-set win. And again, like Brendan talked about there, you got to trade your book, how many shares you have. You know, if you have 500 shares, you may not want to take out 5 pennies, but if you're holding a couple thousand, maybe that's a good trade for you right there. So we're going to still give it to some upside here. MARA on the break. We just took a little bit out. We're still hella long, so don't worry. We have not given any up, and there it is, out some more at 30. Now we'll hold the rest. There we go, out some more at 33 there on MARA. So nice little trade happening, building it to the long side here on MARA. Let's wait to see the high is 340. This high is 365. Let's put some orders around 350. See if we can't capture a little bit of bigger move here on Mara. Just checking back in our Beyond Meat. We should have got out when we said we should have backed down here in the 127 teens. So we put our order back there now and wait for hopefully a little bit of a downside move here. Our out's going to be around 128.50. You guys know I love trading those 50s, so we'll wait to see if that can come through on Beyond Meat. But right now, the big move for me right here is going to be Mara, as now it's 34.35, still going high side. Maybe put some out around 40. Here we go. Yes, sir. Catapult ourselves all the way up here on MARA, still moving. Good little look there. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks to everybody out there who brought us this name. I hadn't looked at it until just now. We take it on a break, and here it is. Just once again, another big winner. I know that's why a lot of our viewers, Arun, like to watch the show. They get the names. Now today we're blessed enough to have you trading these futures. So let's see if we can't make futures plus equity, make some dreams come true here. Let's go, Mara.
Yeah, a couple of things I want to key off on here. FSLY, we've been looking at this. I was worried about the downside given how fast it's been moving up. You know what? They're starting to clear up now. It's gone from 108 all the way down to 106, clearing any sort of kind of light buying that was there. Now, if this thing can go back up and take the highs, I love that long. That's a perfect kind of setup for me because you know what? That tells me that there's been enough selling to offset the aggressive buying, and now they still want to buy after that selling. That tells me that, you know what? There's tremendous strength in this move. So 108.50, that's at the top now. I'm watching off on this. And someone in the chat put up this stock, TAOP. Now, this stock was halted when I stepped in and looked at it, and now it's open now. I want to see how this reacts below the halt price. It seems like 490 was a halt price before we opened just now. So how do we react when we get there? And it's moving pretty aggressively too. So we'll see how, if this one halts on the downside, that's going to be very interesting. That tells me, you know what, given how fast we moved up, all that selling is done. It is moving very quickly right now, guys. It opened up around 515 and it's now at 470 already. This thing will halt soon on a volatility halt if it keeps going down like this. And you know what, that's a golden short if you can jump into that on the, you know, if you can jump in with the open on the halt. Not everyone may not have access to that order, but that's one way to step in. Given how aggressive it's going, I think, you know what, I think I'm going to base on, no, you know, I'm going to wait on this one. This one is moving. I thought very quickly to get jumping into a short there. You know what, no, it's moving a little too aggressive on the buy side as well, so we're not completely done yet. So I'm going to wait on this one, but that is something to watch for the rest of the day.
Guys, whether or not it's Mara, whether or not it's Microsoft, whether or not it's Apple, whatever it is, guys, today has been a nice little trade. We'll take this and put this on Twitter. There's Mara on the break of these little levels right there, breaking it now to 55. Got some out. We're pretty light now, guys. Less than a quarter of our Mara on board right now. So big trade alert there. Needless to say, good little runner here on MARA. Nice out. We'll post that up now on Twitter for you guys and have another look. I'm just going to refresh my order types. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And guys, if you have pending orders, a lot of us here, Arun, myself, Neil, and so on, we use stop orders. So you definitely have to look back, make sure that your orders are still in tune with everything. We have Beyond Meat. We're still waiting for Nicola to go to the upside here. Excuse me, 31.20. We're still waiting for 31.40 to break on NKLA. There goes Mara again. So we'll wait to see on what that wants to do. 31.30 may be a decent break here as Nicola. Yeah, that's where the VWAP is. Let's make our move down a little bit to 31.30 on that. Mara 30s, 40s, just making that flush down like we're talking about. Coming back down here to 31.25. Let's dump the rest of this one and work this out because right now the futures seem to be going up. Mara's not really doing anything. It's not a futures play, but there's taking out some levels on the downside. So watch out here. Might have just topped out at 50, guys.
Sean's favorite stock, Apple, for today is approaching that 441 area, which seems to be some decent strength in here. So you know what? If we can actually hold this, I might want to step in and go on a long here off the bounce. I want to see how it reacts in between this 442 and 441 and then put the stop around 440. If this thing reacts and goes past 442.50 or so and holds well, I'm perfectly okay with it catching it on the bounce back down. But in the meantime, Brennan's got a small cap recap.
Hey guys, yeah, let's do a little bit of a recap here on some small caps that we're moving around. We'll have a look at Kodak, obviously. I pointed out this kind of third day, the first red candle on the daily time frame was 1820 or 1825 in that region. We are now holding below 1825, so still showing all kinds of weakness. We're below kind of any significant levels now. Next stop for this thing could be $10 really for Kodak. So a couple of the levels I was looking at in the pre-market, 2250 and then 23 above that. So both significant pivots back on Friday afternoon. We held above 23 a little bit in the pre-market, got a big flush, quick little consolidation. So depending on where you got into this thing, gave you 21.5 up to about 22, depending on if you were looking at it. Yeah, we're now trading at 18. So huge move, to say the least, to the downside for Kodak. One that you got to stay with even, you know, a week after the fact when it comes to the news. CBay, little therapeutics company with positive news today, still higher on it, but has come well off the highs. Obviously, 550 was that top wick. We're at $4 now, so 490 to 475, a little bit of consolidation. I missed that test there. 475 would have been a great entry. Even this pop back to 450 right at the open would have been a great entry. Yeah, we're down at $4 now for CBAY. DTSS, another one that gave you a really nice opportunity in front of 550 if you go to a daily time frame. This thing barely trades on a normal day, so all kinds of volume. DTSS, tight little consolidation here. Still watching this. If we get through 4, might give you more opportunity to the downside back to some of these levels from Friday. Guys, back over to you.
All right, nothing but love there. Thank you for some of those movements and whatnot. 10:20 right now, the day going flying by right now, off of some nice little trades here, including MARA. We're going to wait for that one to break through 350. We just did tweet that out. Our Beyond Meat, though, guys, that falls in a hole. We're still holding a third, so I still think there's some downside here, but it does break above that 128.50, and of course, that's where we take it out. And now look, guys, it's just falling back down here. So Beyond Meat, not a good out at all there. 128.50 comes in. We give up that ghost at 50 cents. So not super happy with that out, but that's okay. That is going to happen to us every once in a while. We're going to take those hits. But here we go. Still looking at Mara, trying to make some moves. Trading a little bit of Bitcoin here. It made some moves up. It's now at $13. This is GBTC. We have shorted here, 13.05. Just cashing some out at 01s right now, but not really moving a whole hell of a lot here on GBTC. You can see 2.6 million. Shout out to our good friends over there at OTC Markets.
Yeah, you know, a stock that I mentioned before we went to Brendan here, Apple here, stuck between 442.50 and 440 even. It is bouncing around quite a bit. So again, if it breaks 442.50, I'm open to the bounce long with the 440 stop. If it breaks 440, I'm actually going to look to go short on this and see if we can retrace this entire move. Hopefully, if I get short, we go the entire move going back 2 days and it falls apart. But you know what? Very close to make that decision as we get closer and closer to that 440 even. Futures, on the other hand, it is dipping back into this 32.85 area. Again, perfectly okay with it. My concern is if it's actively trying to go up and then gets pushed down again. Right now it's just consolidating. If it gets actively pushed down again, then I'd be concerned about that. It is dipping back in. That's perfectly okay. And you know what? While we're waiting on this, we're going to go to Valeria.
Thank you, Aaron. Hey guys, welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and join our live trading show every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, if you enjoy our show, you can support and become a member. You can find join button right next to subscribe on our homepage, or you can join at the link I'm sending on the chat. And guys, please support and smash the like button if you didn't do that yet. By the way, Neil is camping and he's gonna be back on Wednesday. Back to traders.
We go. Yeah, no, guys, I don't think she's going to be marrying any of you, but she can answer those questions for you there, Kent, on the chat. 31.30 here on Nikola. Still looking for that one to make some moves upside, and then if they do, we will go long on that. Just looking, if you see my eyes going everywhere, we do have multiple charts up here. We're not just using a 1 minute with a VWAP on it. We have different looks here throughout. So right now I'm looking at Microsoft making this little bottom here. Maybe this is something that we could have. Nice little long here on Microsoft, possibly building up here. I like this long, and it has to be through, what is this price on the 1 minute? 212.80. Yeah, that's that top right here. That's basically right where VWAP is. Let's see if we get a 213 break to get some more excitement into this trade. You can see the futures market falling back down a little bit. So Microsoft, of course, still heavily weighted in the S&P 500. So you're going to watch out for that. But we do have industry-specific news today with the possible acquisition, and they have, what was it? Was it 4 months or 4 weeks, Brendan? 45 days, so 40 days, 45 days there. Month and a half to figure out TikTok, if they can get that under their belt. I think it's going to be a win. I don't know exactly TikTok's numbers and what that'll be, but Microsoft, Satya Nadella, anything he's been doing has been gold. So that's the CEO there of Microsoft. And I'm going to take a log through 213 break on Softy. What up, Brendan?
Yeah, someone just pointed out this Amazon to me, guys. Down 1% today. So a little bit of a pullback for Amazon. If you look at the daily chart, though, we're still kind of at the top end of its daily time frame range. So just kind of consolidating in this range after last week's big move. So we had, I think it was Thursday, we had the big move to the upside, just a little bit of a pullback. Not a huge deal, I don't think, for Amazon. 1% to the downside today, guys.
Probably not a huge deal. No, we're going to try to go short a little bit on CCL. I want Amazon to go down because I want to get more long. So that's a little bit of a greed situation there for my own account. But right now we're going to try to get CCL short as well here. 9s or 10s we'll take and then use this 15 as a top. It got as high as 20, but I do think there's a good opportunity here, especially if these futures do continue to go downside. There it is. So we are now short at 10 here on CCL. So look to get some 13 breaks, hopefully on CCL to the downside. Although we did have some consolidation down here. If we could take this for a quick little 9 cent scalp, we'll do that. So CCL right now, that's what we're looking for. See if we get out some here, 1303, 1302, guys. Nice trade, 3 pennies in the money. Yeah.
Okay, back to the futures. I'm very close to getting out here. I've actually got some offers out, trying to get my exit here on the futures. I'm starting to get a little concerned with the kind of movement I'm seeing here. So you know what? Around 87 or so, I'm looking to get out here. I've got offers out, like I said. Someone mentioned Apple. Should you go long Apple right now? Again, it's stuck in between the range. For me, 442.50, 440 even. If this thing falls apart on you, it's gone. 440 would be a clear big number to go through. So if you want to step in and maybe take a low risk bounce, that's up to you. I personally like to go with the momentum on the breakout through the top end. So I'm waiting to see what happens with that. Brendan, what do you got?
There is apparently a Citron report, guys, on this name, Rosetta Stone. RST, big volume spike here, moved to the upside, so possibly positive. We'll look into this a little bit more, but broke 27 there, pulling back in. Citron writing up something on Rosetta Stone, guys.
All right, you know what? I don't mind a long here. I'm going to take a long in Apple here with this VWAP and with everything here, 441-ish coming into play there. We'll take a long on Apple. Good little look there from someone in the chat on this name. So we'll have a look. It is making a little bit of a bottom, but I am scared, not scared, but I am a little bit cautious here of what Brendan was talking about in a possible fall through the bottom here of Apple. And if it does, then look out below. If we come anywhere near this VWAP, we are going to be a little bit in trouble here on Apple. So it needs to get its way around that. 440 going to be my kill spot on this name, but Apple right here, we're still going to take it to the long side. We've been crushing it today. Apple crushed, Microsoft crushed, 2 big stocks for us. Here goes CCL. Hopefully we're waiting at 04. We got a nice little 10 spot there. And Beyond Meat is getting carried away here, all the way to the upside. We're going to have to get out of this one at some point. We're not going to hold it all the way to 131, but Beyond Meat getting excited here a little bit as we have a third left still on. So not a great trade. 129.50 maybe an out. We were sad we got out there, but that appears to be good. The top wicks here, 129.50. So let's use that as our out here on Beyond Meat, guys.
Yeah, back to the futures. You know, I'm actively trying to get this thing out, but it just won't come up to my offer. So every time it got up to 87, wouldn't fill it. So I moved it down now. And I'm very close to, you know what, at this point, I might not even want to wait for a fill. I might just want to punch out. This is not starting to look as strong as I thought it was going to be as we took out. Now, I've got 86.50 offer there. They don't even want to step up to that. So if we go through 85, I'm just going to pull the plug on this trade, not on the entire position, just on half of it, just to actually make some money off this trade instead of, at least we're coming up on 3 hours now. And I got to make some money on this trade just in case it falls apart on me, because it might actually fall apart on me. Here goes Apple here.
Yeah, it's
Apple
starting to go
right through 440. I didn't even see that happen, but yeah, it's gone. I'm gonna, you know what, catch it on a bounce. At this point, I like this trade, so you know what, I'll put an offer down and catch it on a bounce here, because I'm not paying up 439, because the risk already is $2.50 if I get it at 440. I am not going to take it at 439 and risk another dollar on this trade. So I'll just wait on the bounce to actually short it into that.
Yeah. Same thing there. We dumped our Apple, so a good little out by dumping it. So air horn that one through 440. We tried to take the risk on it, and it didn't go. Now they're taking some back there. Look, it's great news on Apple, obviously, with the stock split, but watch out here. It's obviously a little bit heated. Apple, 17 or 18% move last week, obviously heading into that 10% move at the end of the day. So watch out for Apple breaking through here. We could break this down. I'm looking for a short through 437, if that's possible. This is a 3-minute VWAP right here, 437. So watch out to see if that one can come through on Apple to the downside. What did win for us, though, and a big-time win is bang. We hit the cowbell alert on this one. CCL, we give that to you. We get half out there, as we said, at 04 off a 10 short. Now we're 99, so nice little 10-cent win. Make back what we lost on Apple, of course. We take hell of a lot more shares on CCL than we do on Apple, so a nice little win there. We'll also maybe look to get into some more Beyond Meat and maybe average into that short, but right now, CCL breaks through 13, a very good spot to get out. Let's get some out at 0102 here and then see what this bottom is. What up, B?
Just checking this Upwork, guys. UPWK. I was checking to see if this is a 52-week high, but I don't think it is yet. $17 coming into play here on UPWK. Online employment board or job posting site. They report earnings tomorrow. Jefferies raising their price target on this one today, guys.
All right, 129.51, 129.70 or so we'll get out of Beyond Meat. We just take a little average in right here, not really ripping to the high side as we thought. We're going to give it to this 129.50. Hopefully that breaks. We'll be okay. Okay, here we go. Finally, Nikola. So we are into Nikola now. So we yell out, Ricola, but instead we go Nikola right here. 31.50 to the high side. We're long right now, 31.33 on Nikola. So a nice little spot here to be long. We do like that one. Yeah, and thank you so much. Give big shout out here. Rico Z. What's up, Rico? Thank you. Yeah, pointing at us. We'll point right back at you. Thank you so much for Rico for becoming a member. Anything you guys can do, man, to become a member would be fantastic. It's $5 a month. Greatly appreciated. Here goes Nikola Arun. A nice little winner to the upside here. Breaking through 31.43 right now is Nikola with the electric car space going nuts.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually still waiting on the Apple. I'm hoping to get this filled because I really like this short, but it does not want to bounce back. That's a good sign of a great short, right? If it doesn't even want to check back on the levels that it broke. So this thing's gone at this point. It's $1 past where I want to get in. I'm still not going to push this entry that aggressively. I'm going to wait for a bounce, and hopefully these sellers, once these sellers are done, we can short into the bounce there, and that's the one I'm looking for. NKLA, I like 31.50 on the breakout there, Sean. I don't know what price you have, but 31.50 on the breakout. I think I'll step into a long there, quick shot, maybe about towards $32 even.
Yep, yeah, I like that. That's what I'm waiting for. Now, I am getting a little bit out here. Arun, a much better, longer-term trader than I am, so he's better at holding things. So I get long here at 31.30. We'll wait to see here. We're cashing it out right now for 10, 15 pennies. But I do like a 31.50 break on Nikola as well. I think we can get up to $32. But I've had a lot of big wins, Arun, on Nikola, and then it's come back for me back the wrong way. So let's wait to see how far that goes. We did dump our Mara. That's a monster win for us, guys. Most of them were out here in the 40s, some in the 50s. Our best out 53. We dump it all before it becomes a problem. So we get them all out right now. Nothing below where we got in. We'll be one and done on that one. And there goes Nikola. Thank you so much. Exploding catapult now to the upside in Nikola. Breaks through 50. It gets as high as 55 there. And then this is what I mean before stopping. So Nikola right now to the upside. Good little trade there. We'll see if we get some out. Didn't have any waiting around there. So now we'll see if we can. We'll park some orders at 70. See if we can get some out. Take some out before 50 again here if we can. And then let's wait around 70 for Mr. Motors. And that's Nikola, another motor company that we killed today, but I can't bang the table because I don't know what's going to happen if I do that. Last time we lost all communications, but look at this. Talk about getting out too early, guys. We have 1270 here in NEO. Now it rips up $1, and we are pretty happy taking 15 cents face palm on that one. That my kids are teaching me face palm, so that's a face palm for sure. And here goes Nikola. Nice little trade. Really happy we have this one. Bringing us back to life. Catapult us, Nikola. Catapult us, guys. Nice little move. Bang! Good call, Arun. We are long on Nikola Motors right now, taking this to the upside. What up, B?
You were talking about Mara, their marathon patent as far as blockchain is concerned. This is the other one, obviously. Riot blockchain also moving to the upside today. Not as big a move, but definitely higher relative volume today on Riot as well, guys.
Okay. All right, we waited for this Nikola here, and now we're going to tweet that out again just to show people. And the reason why we do this, guys, is not to do anything about, like, you know, we have this and blah, 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 blah. It's because I just want to show people here. If you can, follow me on Twitter, 5,700 followers. I get a lot of messages every day. This is where we go long. It breaks through VWAP. We talk about that. Now we're getting some out, 60s, 70s. We just took some out there, 61. So good little trade there. Follow us all on Twitter. Arun does not have a Twitter account as far as I know, so we'll have to get him going on that one if he wants. 5737 right now on the followers. Thank you so much for all that love, and a shout out if you're looking for my partner in crime, Neil. I got another partner in crime right now. We're robbing banks together right here today. We miss Neil, but we do not miss the action here today. It's been a big one. We do have Nikola Motors long, and we still have CCL to the short side. Man, CCL was a great short. We only have 20% left of this one, guys.
All right, here we go. So I got that Apple fill. Finally got that bounce. I am short now on Apple right here, right in front of this 440. It's in the money, 10 cents, not a whole lot. I'm going to have to run into some well, they're gonna run it against me for sure. Given how strong it's coming, it's going against me. But I'm perfectly okay with that. I like the technical setup here, right in front of 440, 442.50 on the stop, 250 in terms of risk. But you know what? Downside is wide open. Given how strong Apple's been, if this holds up well, you've got at least down to 433 before you run into the first level of resistance, right, or support. So perfectly okay for me risking 250 on this trade. I like the setup. I've been waiting for this kind of a setup on Apple to actually go against the grain here. It is now out, what, a penny. It's still waiting on me. What's happening, Brendan?
The hold count now at 4, guys, for ADT. To the downside this time, failed at 15.5 there. Big move back through 14 on a volume spike. So ADT halted once again, this time sell side, guys.
All right, Arun, I'm with you, my friend. We go short now, 87s here on Apple, so nice little trade. Making a move to the downside now, Apple, we're short 87 with a very, very similar out up here to the high side of 440.50. We go short 87s right now on Apple, but Nikola still a big mover to the upside here. I'm very, very happy and very, very proud to have this trade on big time. We waited for it. Look how much we waited for this one. We waited for the consolidation, and we hit it, and there it is. It's a chicken dinner winner, the first of the day here on Nikola. So good little trade happening there. Hopefully you guys are having also some fun with us. It's been a great day. Thank you, Arun, for stepping up and in here. For Neil, been a great day so far for us. The only losers that we've had on has been Beyond Meat. It was good news, but then it didn't go up. So we were like, you know what? If it takes the bottom, let's take it out. We get greedy. We don't take the 70 cents. Then we give it right back. We try a short. Then we lose that 50 cents again on that break. So that's a losing trade. That's the one thing about our show, guys. You're going to find that we talk about everything. Arun's super smart, talking about his winners, talking about his traders, guys. Please do not get carried away with some of these positions. It's a tricky market. If you're new to this, do some paper trading. Get your ducks in order so that you can as well enjoy big time wins and just get practicing. You don't have to trade equities if it's not your cup of tea. You can trade futures with my boy Arun over there.
Yeah, the thing with trading, especially with these kind of markets, is you got to be very careful. You got to know your plan, right? For me, Apple, I'm putting up 250 in risk per share in this trade. That means I have a plan on how it's going to go. If it goes well, what happens? If it doesn't go well, am I okay taking that kind of a hit? I'm perfectly okay taking that kind of hit. So you know what? Apple's right now 75 cents against me, and that's perfectly okay because I know what I'm looking for when it bounces up. Now, futures, on the other hand, it is just messing around, doing a whole lot of nothing here. In the meantime, we're going to go to Brendan. I'll come back and talk about the futures.
Not seeing any kind of headlines on this one, guys, but GSX, big mover here, almost 10%. I guess it was above that 98.5 there. On the way back down low. Big time volume behind this online Chinese-based education company. Big move today, 9% for GSX, guys.
So unfortunately there, Arun, I got out of Apple. I'm holding a little bit still, but we do break above. We almost get to 441 there, so I did have to tap out of that one, Apple. Again, we're trading a little different share sizes. I do like that play. We'll wait to see if it takes out 442, but Apple is just such a strong stock. I'm with you. I don't really want to be short and give back what we've made already after crushing this long early. We do not need to give anything back, but I'm still holding a little bit. I think this market can probably pull back in here, so I am with you on that one. But Nikola, bang, that one to the upside. Let's take it out. We did take out the big stick for that one. So where is it? There it is. We hit Nikola long side here, and it's still running, guys. I post this on Twitter. Thank you so much for all the love on that. But hey, guys, we can't do it without you. Nikola still making some nice little highs here for the day, trying to break above the very high that it made at 9:30 of 31.90 here on Nikola. You mentioned getting in on this one, Arun. We'll see if you did. Let's come back with Brendan right now.
Another one, guys, all-time highs here for Digital Turbine apps. APPS up about 8.5%, just broke through 15. Tried once earlier, but failed. But looks like we're going to hold now above 15. Nice trending move for apps today, guys.
Apps, I wonder what they do. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just joking. I have no idea. Maybe they serve apps, not make them. We'll wait to see. Okay, this is why we get out of some Apple, guys. We were short down here, 440, looking for a VWAP break and hold. It does not. It breaks and does not hold. So we rinse that out now and do not go long. We're out of our Apple shares. We have 5% of a normal position on right now. So Apple is nothing. I still do think that we could fade back down to the downside. So I don't hate what we're thinking here, Arun.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to the Apple. I still like the trade. It was set up. It took a while for it to set up. I finally stepped in and actually took the short on this. I'm perfectly okay with where it's at right now. It's 60 cents against me, and that's fine. Futures, somebody asked me how many points do I risk per trade? It depends entirely on the type of setup I'm seeing. It can go as high. I set a maximum amount that I'm willing to risk per trade. Obviously, I have a certain criteria for the trade to actually have to be in place, right? So if it matches the criteria, I'm willing to risk up to 30 points. That's just me, preferably. Obviously, I size it based on how much I'm risking. Obviously, if I'm risking 30, I'm not taking as much as I would normally take, say, if I'm taking 10 to 15. That seems to be what the average on my positions in terms of risk is. But I'm willing to go up to 30 points. In today's trade, I was willing to put up 25 points pre-market. And it went, and I started, pairing off some positions, took some profit. And hey, you know what? In the time that I was talking, here comes Apple, right back through that 440. So that tells me a whole lot of selling. It wasn't there between 441 and 440. That action is there. So you know what? I'm perfectly happy with what's happening. We're going to wait on this one. And in the meantime, futures is starting to creep up. So it's starting to creep back past this. If we can get through 32.92, it'll tell me a whole lot of what's actually above us in the futures market, in front of 3,300, above 32.92, a whole lot. In the meantime, we're going to see what the sectors are doing with Brennan.
Hey guys, yeah, let's check out the overall S&P 500. Nice move so far off of the pre-market lows anyways, 0.74% to the upside. Again, a board of contrasting measures. Again, we have some weakness coming through in the real estate group. So all the little REITs to the downside today in a big way. Also utility stocks, very, very weak. Dragging the overall market to the downside a little bit. Some of the energy names, big time negativity as well. Marathon Petroleum, though, the only one to the upside reporting earnings. Tech stocks, we have healthcare shares in positive territory. Variant here, VAR to the upside today. They reported a surprise profit versus an expected loss. We have CAH, also an earnings name there in positive territory, and Merck among the leaders. But healthcare stocks doing a lot of the heavy lifting so far today. Consumer discretionary is not so much. Under Armour, big time pressure, 4% plus to the downside. They reported at the end of last week. And the travel names down here, some of the cruise lines. We talked about CCL, that ADA over in Europe having to kibosh plans to restart operations over in Europe because of Italy not getting approvals from Italy yet. So CCL 5.9%, NCLH and RCL all in negative territory. Some of the online space, though, coming through here. eBay 2.3% to the upside, and Best Buy, obviously, they have brick and mortar as well, but also online. But 2% for Best Buy there. On the retail side of things, wanted to mention a couple from here. We have J in the industrial groups moving higher, Power and IR 2.4% leading the industrial sector into positive territory. But over on this side, some of the airlines, UAL, AAL, Alaska to the downside, UPS also in negative territory, offsetting some of this positivity. So again, a little bit of contrasting measures as far as the overall market is concerned. 0.6% to the upside. Have a look at QCOM today and QRVO from the semis group. Both very, very strong so far. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, you know what, Brendan? In the meantime, I'm in quite the conundrum here. I've got a futures position that's in the money. I've got an Apple position that's in the money. They're both going opposite directions, and I know Apple is a huge weight in the indexes. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to rotate out of the index. I don't like what's happening with Apple. It was exactly what I wanted, but I didn't want it to happen this fast. So you know what? I'm going to start to take profit on the futures position. It's starting to slow down way too much for me, for my liking, given what I wanted to look for when it was happening. Apple is now $1.15 in the money in that short.
Yep.
Remember, we were looking at that 440 through 442 area as that resistance level. We went up somewhere above 441, caught the selling. Here we go downside. This is the move I want to see. This is the move I want to see. I want to see what happens below 438 now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so if we can get going on this one now, it's 438.50. So we're starting to move on this. I'm starting to also move out of the futures position. So there we go, guys. We're rotating away from this now. That's almost $2 in the money on Apple, guys. If you guys followed, hey, good for you guys. If not, for next time. Now you know how to look at a position when you're looking at these big setups. Now it's $2 in the money. It's bouncing around. Futures are moving out of the way. So we'll see how this one goes. Sean, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, let's go. No, I got Apple short as well, guys. We're short right now. 440.50 right now. Beautiful short. We got out there just before VWAP, and bang, here we go. It's good. Making that money, Arun. Good little call there by Arun. We're shorting with him as well. We shorted before. We shorted again. We believed in it. We got out. We got back in. Right now, Apple falling. $3 in the money, Arun. Big time trade here for Apple. Oh, and guess what? Another one. Bang! We hit that out. We're feeling like Superman right now. Nikola ripping to the upside. We take out the hammer. We talked about trading Nikola through VWAP, and bang, there it is. Big time trade on Nikola. $3 win on Apple as well. So everything moving. Apple breaking back lower there. Brendan, I'm going to assume there's no news. This is just profit taking. Apple's way heated, guys. We're still up 3%, and Apple falling back down. Let's just trail this all the way as much as we can. We'll get out if it breaks above 438 and then hold the rest. But right now, Arun, a $3 winner. This keeps on going. 50 cents in the money on Nikola. And adios, amigos. Sorry, anyone that's caught long here on Apple, but we did break below VWAP. That's a trigger for me. Now we come all the way back. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually fill this gap. It's not a gap, but we could make it all the way back down to the open of, or sorry, today's open, if not Friday's close. But Friday's close is 426. I don't know if we have that kind of a move in it, but wow, here we go. Arun, Apple to the downside. I don't want to, you may have talked about this. I've just been too excited. Do you have a downside target for this trade?
Yeah, I saw that in the chat as well. So here's my take on downside targets. You'll see on the chart here. I'll pull up my chart here. This is how I've done it. I've risked 250 on the trade. I took 440 in front of 440 as an entry. 440, 250 was my stop. So 250 down from 440 puts me at 437.50. You know what? Risk reward 1-to-1 on half my position. So now I'm locked in profit. That risk is taken care of. This is all profit going forward. This is how I tend to do my trades when it starts to move this aggressively. If it starts to move slower, I'll manage it actively. But given how fast it's moving down to the going down now, 437.50, I just got out in front of it, half of it. It's locked in. We're going to let this thing ride. Again, 433 is the major target for me. If we can get down there, then I'll start to actively push on this trade. But given where it's at right now, guys, I'm actually okay with this one going back to 442. I like the setup. The setup is there, and the bounce off that 440 area, 441, that was perfect. So that's exactly what I'm looking for when it goes into this kind of a setup. So here we go. Now, let this one go. Profits banked. Let the rest of it move around, and that's all we got to do.
Oh man, I love trading with you, Arun. Love this action and love everything that we're doing right now. I just called it out here. We put this tweet out for Apple, guys, and this is what we're talking about. This is kind of the stuff that I'm going to be tweeting out. We just took that profit out as well at 437 and change. Still have it on. But look, guys. The purple arrows, if you're looking for us, that's a short sell. We go long early, out, long again, out. Mess around a little bit here, as we just heard. Short, out a little bit, out of 2/3, then load it in, double the short upside, then get some out at 437, and now we continue to drop. This is me on Twitter, guys. Thanks for all the love and thanks for all the follows. I see 2 direct messages. As you guys can see, I answer them all as we go. Someone named Nikola here as well. What's up to Green Bull? And what's up to Christopher James? He's going to be coming on our show soon as a guest trader of the day. We actually have a guest trader of the day coming through soon. And thank you. Bang! Even bigger than this, guys. We do not get caught with our pants down at all. Nikola, guys. What a move to the upside here as this one making dreams come true here as Nikola. Nice out rate there, guys. 32.16. This is $1 in the money. Look where we have this, guys. 31.30. So if I, gave you this call for sure, what a trade. What a day. This has been absolutely fantastic. Neil, no offense, but you can stay on vacation if you want. Just kidding. I know a lot of you guys are missing on Neil, as are we, but Arun filling in just splendidly today. The futures falling down, Apple falling down, and Nikola, the banger today. I don't know if you guys are calling for Brendan. There he is. What up, Brendan?
Another one, guys. UNG seeing some new moves, not news, but moves in natural gas markets today. UNG little ETF for natural gas here, 15%. Just made another day high here on another volume spike through 1175. Daily chart pretty weak, but on the way back up for UNG, guys.
All right, we're just, again, just tweeting this out. Arun, did you dump those futures positions?
Yeah, what's funny is that I was actually looking to get out as I was saying, we're going to rotate out of futures and into Apple, or as the market was kind of converging there, or I had to make a decision. I put the order out. They never filled me, and I never realized they never filled me. So here I am actually sitting on a loss on that other half of that position. I got most of it out around that 87, 86 area, as you can see on my chart here. Most of it out was there. But now I'm kind of stuck in another issue. What do I do now? We're into support, but at the same time, I'm carrying a position I don't want to be carrying. Dumping it here doesn't make any sense because I'm dumping right into support. So I'm going to have to go back to that 75 area. Unfortunately, I screwed up here, kind of lost focus on carrying this position. So here, you know what? If on a bounce back, if I can get a bounce back, I'm going to get this out. I'm going to pair the loss on this one here. It means I'm just going to get out flat on this.
I haven't looked.
It's 81 is the entry. I'll get out at 81, cover the fees on this trade. Of course, if it doesn't bounce, what do? I just dump it on the hit. right? Getting out right now doesn't make any sense. Taking the hit right now, right into support, that's going to be a no-go for me on that. In the meantime, Apple, $2.60 on the second half, still going. So we're going to let that one ride, right? We're going to actively let that one go. If it gets above 439, I'm going to move the stop up a little bit. It should not get up this high again. I'd be concerned. Again, 440 through 442 is still there, but 439 is, for me, the trailing stop. I'll bank $1 or so on that. And if it bounces through, then you know what? And it starts to slow down, I'll take that shot again. In the meantime, we're going to go to Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, let's go to Currency World and see how things are shaping up today. I want to start at the bottom here. Once again, you can see Ethereum playing a little bit of catch up as far as the move from Bitcoin that we talked about last week. Huge move up to 11,000. Yeah, Ethereum 14% to the upside today. Bitcoin holding above that 11,000 mark, 11,000 and change. Yeah, this is the chart from Ethereum. Looks very similar to Bitcoin, but 400 up here, topped out last week at 400. We're back to 380 and now working our way back towards that 400. So monster move. This is just going back to middle of July. So in a couple of weeks, we've gone from 240 up to 400 for Ethereum. Huge mover again today, up 14%. Bitcoin not really participating though. The euro is down today, 0.4%. We have the Canadian dollar in negative territory, back to that kind of 74.5 level. Big time support and resistance around 74.5 for the Canadian dollar. British pound as well in negative territory. US dollar bouncing back a little bit more volatility coming back into the markets again. So these two are higher. Japanese yen and Swiss franc, Australia and New Zealand also to the downside today, guys. A little bit of US dollar strength coming through. Back over to you.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you for that U.S. dollar strength. Good for us as we trading here in Canada. It's a holiday today, civic holiday here in Canada. So Neil taking the time off to camp, and it was pouring rain yesterday when I came back from up north. So I hope that Neil is okay, nice and dry. Not the glamping that I was doing, but camping is Neil. So good job on that one. I love camping as well. We'll look at that. Nicola still making new highs here, and our Apple trader just keeps on bouncing, and it's looking really, really sweet right now to the downside as we still have this one, guys. We're short 440. You can see the trade there, short and long. So two on board right now. Very, very comfortable. Where's my out for this? I mean, we're now light. So we have a third of the initial position because we did take some off here for VWAP. That was about a $1.30 win. And then we take a nice bottom out here. Why did I take this out? Because it bounced at 37 before. So that was right here. So we do take it out. Now we wait for a break of 436.30. If that can happen, then look out below to the downside. CCL has been a banger for me today as well. You can't see it, but it's been short in here all the way back to the downside there as well. Look, we haven't gotten anybody to join as much today because we haven't talked about it. We do this show on YouTube for free, guys. So if possible, if you're new to the show, definitely hit the like, definitely hit the subscribe. Bang! There goes Apple to the downside. But for $5 a month, you're going to show up here in green. Neil and I take your questions. We take your comments. Thank you so much for everybody here. Look, everybody in the chat, pretty much a member. So if you're in the chat right now and you want to become a member, please hit it. It's $5 a month to get these these cool emojis. We are planning on a few new things to come. So guys, pretty good. I'd hate for this show to go dark on you, but not that that's going to happen. But if we can get some memberships, that would be nice for us for sure. Thank you to everybody who's become a member today. And I'll always just show you. Yeah, Chevy Silva, you just joined. Okay, there it is right there. I just said I would message anybody and shout them out. Thank you, Chevy Silva, for that as well. And also, guys, anybody buying any merchandise as well, a shout out to Vaz there. Beautiful Trader TV Live shirt. Looks like nice bright colors. I've got my favorite right here as well, the sweater. So shout out to anybody who picked that up as well. And thank you for all the love and the support here. We just continue to rock and roll, guys. You can see quite clearly, $4 winner now on Apple. Take this off my screen. Oh yeah, you can buy a shirt. There it is. $4 winner on it. You can get crew neck or V-neck, depending on what you like. Brendan, are you a crew neck or a V-neck kind of guy?
I gotta go crew neck. Yeah, don't do the V-necks. Just got another alert here, guys, on this ADT. We came down to 14 for about the 5th time and bounced pretty hard on ADT. I thought it might have broken, but not the case. Just saw as well, we were just talking about the currencies, guys. Weakest month for the US dollar in 10 years. So starting new month today, obviously, but weakest month in July for the US dollar in 10 years, guys.
I mean, sorry, Rune, I'll take this way quick here. Nicola, look at this break, 31.30, guys. Bang, right to the upside. Nicola cash money today as it just keeps going all the way to the high side. And again, I did tweet this out when we first took it. This is why, if you guys could all become not members of the show, but members of Twitter here, I gave this to you guys real early. 31.58 is for sure when I tweeted it out. If not, talked about it live on the show. 31.30 that break. Nikola gets some steam behind it today. Nothing but some upside love as we catch that for a smooth dollar. Our boys coming back a little bit here. Watch out for Apple. My kill spot will once again be VWAP. We'll give up the ghost. You know what? Maybe even up here. 439. We're getting close to that. Let's take it out at 439, and we'll make sure that we capture that $1.50 for us on that one. And I did want to shout out. Look at this, guys. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you so much, guys, for everything right now. Welcome Casper to the show. Welcome Khalil. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome Todd and Brendan and Arun. Welcome Jordan. This is why we feel like we have the best community ever, because we ask and you shall receive. Thank you so much for that love as well. Mara, unfortunately, I dumped it. I can't bang anything. Dumped this one way too early. Mad love for anybody who held on to that Mara trade. Look where we're at right now, guys. Wowzers, great little hold there. We get our last out there. Our best out is at 50, but once it breaks it, it goes up to the moon. Good look there on Mara. And congratulations. I'm actually going to hit a confetti for anybody who had that. I know a lot of our viewers did. Good look on that one. I hope our longtime members had Mara. Great look, guys. What up, B?
Yeah, another one going, guys. Mara to the moon, but JMIA just popping up on a day high chart as well. 18 got taken out there on a volume spike, so JMIA still going, guys.
Yeah, I agree with you on there, Sean. There, this Apple is starting to come back aggressively now.
Yeah.
439 is still the kill spot. It's right there right now for me. I think we're both on the same page. If 439 goes and kind of stays, we're out. Very close now at this point. I've already locked in 250 on the first half. Now we're just kind of managing the second portion now. See how this one plays out. Of course, if it gets back into 440 and starts to slow down again, there's another trade. You know what? I'm out of this one. This is not acting properly. So you know what? We're going to get that out there. So there we are, out of Apple there, and we're just going to now wait for another trade to set up here.
No, nice slip out there. Yeah, we're waiting for the same thing right now. We'll get out a little bit more above 439. Great call there by Arun and us for sure. I did want to give a shout out to Hydration Nation. Arun's already part of the club. He was one of the original members, so I join on board. Shout out to Arun. Show Arun's the screen there. Arun, hold up yours there. Mine is bigger than that.
Yours is
We're
bigger.
just talking about water bottles here. There it is, Arun. I think yours is what, 1.5 gallons? Or
This one is 2.5 liters. I don't know what that is in gallons.
yeah, I don't know either. And mine is 3.4 liters. So there we go. Hydration Nation, guys, stay nicely refreshed. And I tell you, it helps. It definitely helps, not just with the energy, but with everything else. We do want to welcome as well, very soon, in about 10 minutes, our guest trader of the day. If you do want to become also a guest trader of the day, Valeria will drop the link up very soon. And it's just a segment that we do, guys, for about the last 45 minutes or so of the show. We talk to all of our viewers out there. Mad love to everybody. See how you guys are trading and what program you're using. We're using the platform PPro 8 from Day Trade the World. So if you're interested in that, go to daytradetheworld.com. We do have a lot of videos up on our stock market wisdom page, which reminds me, guys, after the market, we're going to have a coming up. There goes Apple. Nice little $2 win right now still. Coming up after the market, there's Brendan, the handsome man, pointing to sympathy plays. What are sympathy plays? You may see it's something that gives and takes off of another company's reports and or news. So I'll give you a good example of a sympathy play. AMD, right? Intel comes out, they report, and come on, charts, let's go. There you go, AMD switching up. Okay, nice little switch there. Intel comes and reports and mention that their N7 chips are gonna be delayed. AMD says, thank you very much, we already have them. Straight to the upside goes AMD, a sympathy play off of Intel. I did say that I would buy some Intel on its third or fourth day straight downside. I don't know how low it got there on Friday, but Intel now up 1%. And this is what we're talking about, guys. Look, this is why it's important to become a member, in my opinion. We do talk a lot about strategies, a lot about longer term plays, and what you guys may want to look at for that. But here is Intel down to the bottom side, 45. This is what I'm talking about, the opposite play of AMD. So if you are interested in something like that, that sympathy play is coming at 11.45.
All right, guys, just an update on the futures. Like I said, once we were rotating with that Apple position, I did get out of the futures. Some of it I was caught in, and I got out on this bounce up. Futures is kind of back into that no man's land, right? Like we're kind of just messing around. We look like we have a breakout, and then it kind of just falls back in and sitting around here again. I got out. I cashed some up here in front of the 86, 87 area. Got the rest out for flat. I'm perfectly okay not waiting on or I don't want to wait on this anymore. I've given it enough time to actually take a shot at the break. In the meantime, Brendan, what do you got?
European update at the big
European
board
update.
with-
Okay, Valeria's got a European update.
Yeah, with V.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is in a positive territory today. Britain is up 2.27%, Germany is up 3%, France is up 2.38%, Spain is up 1.5%, and Russia is up 0.8%. HSBC fell 3.7% after its half-year profits more than halved. That's all with Europe, and back to traders.
Okay, yeah, good little look there. Apple coming all the way back. It was all the way down to 437. Looks like it's going to break 439 there. So we will get out. We should took some more profits down at the downside of that. Okay, Nikola it threatens 32. So we get out of a little bit. Now we're holding that infamous 10%, but we slay that dragon. No problem. Nikola today. My number one stock by far is Microsoft, and we can go back to that. We're only negative on 2 stocks today, and it's actually beyond meat. Wow, what a move upside. Really happy we dumped that. The other one I'm not so happy about is Tesla, because we did have that on that 430 break. Made a huge mistake not getting out at VWAP and getting out there, so we did wind up losing, I think, net about $5, which isn't that much. It instantly goes in the money for us. We take out 3 and then we give back. That's a 475, and we get out at 1467.68, so $7 hit. So yeah, net 4.5 loss here on Tesla, as it looks like this one may be coming down. I don't know if Tesla is in your wheelhouse there, Arun, but if you're looking at equities, this may be a good one. If not, what's your opinion right now? You looking to put anything on in any of the futures contracts?
Nothing on the futures. I moved out of the futures. One thing I am doing, I actually have done already, is stepped into CCL here. It's down 7%, breaking to new lows. I like the type of setup it's offering. So I got in just in front of 1285 there. I got 1284 on the exit. It is 5 cents out of the money, but I'm willing to put up to 1320. So it's about 35 cents in risk. I think it's got some downside potential. So we're going to wait on that one. Back to Tesla, yeah, Sean, that's not my style. I don't like these north of $1,000 with $2 spreads. I don't do that. That's not my game. So I'm going to stay away from those expensive names. But CCL, yeah, I like that one. You know, the setup is there. It's against money or against me on right now, but I'm perfectly okay waiting on this one. See how this one plays out, because I think the setup is there. Futures are bouncing, of course. Now it looks like that exit that I had on the futures wasn't the greatest, but you know what? This is going to happen. This is bound to happen, because now what you have is that if it breaks 32.92, there's going to be a brand new trade setup potentially. So that's very clear and well defined at this point. So I'm going to wait on this one, because I do not want to mess around with this level anymore. This 92 to 77, 75 area, that's been a mess and a half. So you know what? We're just going to wait this one out. And in the meantime, we're going to focus on CCL and find some more trades that are actually setting up. Apple, of course, great exit, right? 439, it's back towards that 440. So we are keeping an eye on Apple as it gets into this 440 through 442.50 area, because if it slows down again, I want to take another shot at this, right? I banked my profit on the way up. If it goes up again, I'll definitely take a look at a potential short, possibly, if it sets up properly again.
Yeah, I did also want to give a big shout out to Armani here. Armani Blanchett, thank you so much again for becoming a member. Thank you for all the love and the support as we continue to go on this journey with you guys, taking you through the market as much as we can. I gave you Snapchat. I wish I would have supported it through VWAP here. It does make a move upside. Now, of course, I'm looking long, and good thing that you're in CCL, because CCL is embarrassing to me, because we were short, and we dumped it all way too early. But CCL, good trade today. A positive stock, but we definitely left some money on the table, Mr. Brendan.
Another one that's continuing to be a little bit weak, guys. Marathon Petroleum still 1.5% higher, but got absolutely flushed off of the open. Was $42 in the pre-market this morning. Just bounced off 38.50 again. So watch this low, 38.25. Again, this was the 7-Eleven Speedway deal. So they're selling all of their gas stations to 7-Elevens, parent 7 and 1 Holdings for $21 billion. It was a huge, massive deal. They also reported a quarterly loss. So they did report this morning, again, in the pre-market. It was a quarterly loss. It was bigger than expected. So that might be where some of this negativity is coming from for MPC. Guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking to see. Yeah, no, Brennan, regarding your last message, no, I did not. Okay, 12.95, yeah, CCL, good trade there. Nicola, we're out. Again, we're holding that 10%, waiting for Nicola to drop back down my kill spot. We don't want to give this all back up, so let's look out for where we sort of got out here. 31, this is, what is this high here? 31.80, okay, a 31.80 break. Maybe we'll dump the rest, but what a great out that was, 32.50 there on Nicola. And like Arun mentioned there, we actually hammered this one. Really, really happy with how we traded Apple today. Apple, a top stock for me, and I like that little logo there. We take a bite out of Apple. A good little move there, 439. Get out there at 439 for that $1.70 win off of some of these shorts. Our best out. This is what I did, the triple out, right? 1, 2, 3. So we get out first on VWAP there for about that buck and change. Then we take it down for $4 down here at 437, where we first got out of our initial long. Then we get a bounce back up before it even comes to VWAP and get out of that 439 even. So good little trade happening right there for us on Apple. But yeah, you guys, you know what? JMIA, I do say, oh my God, how did we miss that one? But we did. JMIA here, coming back now down to the downside, looking to refresh this thing, maybe 18 and change, a good little spot for a refresher, already up 20 cents. Give this one a little bit, but JMIA right now, let's take it back through 19. It breaks through 19, let's take it, guys.
You know what I like right now, Sean, that's setting up decently is Zoom, ZM. It's very close to the highs that it put in around the 9:45 this morning, now towards 67, 267 or so. And you know the great thing about this setup I like is the fact that it's not going right through it immediately. It's actually going up to the level, backing off a little bit, tells me that there's actually sellers in front of it. They actually want to work with this. And then if they take it, that's a shot to work with. But because if it goes right through, sometimes there's like a vacuum left behind and then they just fill it immediately on a false break. So this kind of movement, I like this better than an actual just super clean break immediately with no looking back. Sometimes those kind of trades fade very quickly and turn very quickly. So that's my concern on something like that. But in this case, the setup is proper. I'm going to wait for this 267, the new highs. 267.18 is a high. So if we take 267 and hold above 18, that's my entry right there. I'm going to put the stop down about 265.50. So it's $1.50. So again, risk reward ratio. If I can get 268.50, that's my exit. That's my exit on the first half. And the other half, I'll just manage it through and kind of squeeze as much as I possibly can. Futures, on the other hand, of course, is actually going up still back towards that. Right, we were looking at 32.92 on the top end and 32.75 or so on the bottom end. We are stuck dead center in that range here at this point. We established that the range was there. So now I've backed out of my positions and we're going to wait for this breakout in either direction. I won't take the breakout, but I'm going to see what it does after it does break. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, this Codex, guys, CODX still on watch here. We just broke that last little pivot there, 27.25. Watch 27.50 was a bit of a problem the last time it was here, but yeah, they got another FDA approval for one of their COVID test kits, guys.
Wow, CODX, big time mover. Every day it seems to be something to do with something about the virus. So Codex there, whether or not it's testing kits or whatnot. Good look, JMIA there. Are waiting for 19. Let's check out Codex. We are getting ready. I thought we were going to be throwing to our guest today. That's coming up right now, soon. 11:08 right now. They'll be coming up very soon. Our guest of the day, Codex right here. Yeah, okay, good news there for it. You can see it's up 13%. Not super excited about this one, but obviously a great little name to trade here is Codex, trying to make a move, breaking through some of these levels here to the upside, 27.50. Let's break down a daily chart on Codex and just see where we got. The high there was 25. That was the best break. Now we're at 27. We've gotten as high as 31. It closes that day, though, guys. This day that it spiked all the way up, it actually closes 1987. So open and close down here. That's why it's red. So we open up 28 that day, closed 29. So watch out for this break. This is a good top where we opened up 29 even on Codex if we can get there.
Something that someone mentioned in the chat, NVAX moving towards its highs. Yeah, I looked at it. You know what the only concern I have with NVAX is the type of movement we're getting on it. Given how it's moving up, see, a breakout towards the highs is great, but given how we were kind of heading with the downward trajectory with highs being lower and lower and lower, and then all of a sudden a breakout to the top, it opens up a huge vacuum when we actually take the top, because I don't know where to put the stop in, because there's a ton of action all the way down to about 146.60. So you know what? Yeah, 149 is going to break, but I'm going to stay away from this one just because of how it's breaking out. Not my cup of tea. I'm going to stay away from it. I do see the potential for this trade. It's just I just can't adjust. I can't figure out the risk on this trade, so I'm going to stay away from that one there. Futures not doing a whole lot. Apple re-entering this 40 area. This is, again, an area we're looking to fade this. If we can actually find a trade inside of this, it's $2.5 wide. There's got to be a trade in there somewhere without actually ripping right through, right? There's a ton of action, so it is awfully strong right now. And Zoom is still sitting. Zoom is still sitting. I don't have the chart on Zoom, but Zoom is still, all right, just taking out 267 now. And I'm going to wait for that 267.18 to break and hold, and then I'll step in. And the CCL, right? CCL, ever since I got in, it's been out of the money. It's 12 cents out of the money. I'm okay. Again, I'm not committing to these trades to be instantly in the money. They are going to be a longer term hold for me. So you know what, 13.20 for me on the stop, and we're going to wait on this one. There's a whole lot of waiting, and that's the thing you guys are going to learn when you see me trade is there's going to be a whole lot of waiting. There's a few trades and a whole lot of waiting to wait for these trades to actually break out and actually work in the money for me. So right now, it's just looking for more trades. Sean, do you have anything right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I just have Nicola waiting for that bottom to break out, breaking through 32. It does hold that 31.80. Surprisingly, that's sort of where we gave it, and it does hold, so we do not get out. We're waiting for 31.75. We are at that time, though, where it's going to be our guest trader of the day, so we throw it over to the big desk with the big guy. What's up, Bren?
Hey guys, yeah, it's that time, 11:10 on the Eastern time zone. We have to get into Guest Trader of the Day, brought to you by Lewis Daniels Watches. Everyone coming on both in the month of July, which has obviously just ended, and August, getting a Lewis Daniels watch. So if you want to be a Guest Trader of the Day, send an email to marketing@tradertv.live. Josh Daniels, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. It's Josh Garcia joining us today as Guest Trader of the Day. Happy to have Josh Garcia with us today. Josh, how has your morning been so far?
Good. Thank you guys for having me.
It is another week, brand new month. Lots of things moving around. Let's get right into the market once again. We'll send you over to Sean and Arun.
Yo, what up, Josh? How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you again and back onto the show. So, yeah, thank you for joining us on. Do you want to let people know where you're located?
Yeah, I'm located in Chicago.
Chicago. So you're a Bears fan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I don't have a boo. Let's do some cheers. Let's cheer for football back. I'm a Packers fan, so we'll probably be going back and forth on that one. We could have you for a few more years there. The Bears defense, always pretty scary. But let's talk a little bit about trading now. You seem like a pretty young individual.
Yeah.
When did you get started into trading, and is there any sort of fun story behind that, Josh?
Well, I'm 17, so I just got started into trading about 2 months ago.
Right.
I'm mostly trading penny stocks, small cap stocks. Things about those. Any little news moves them tremendously. So even a press conference could shoot a stock up like 50%.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we like trading the penny stock. Did you have anything on board today that you want to talk about? And if not, any trades in particular over the last little while that you've been trading? But you're 17, right? So are you even allowed to be executing trades on the platform?
I'm trading under my dad's account right now.
Okay, so that's a good way. That's a good way around. We won't tell anybody. Yeah, we don't know who this guy is on today, but no, just playing around. Did you have any trades? Did you have any trades today? As everyone laughs behind us, did you have any trades on today that you'd like to mention? There's a few penny stocks moving around today. Yeah,
only trade I'm in today is HBP. It's building supplier company. The fundamentals are really good actually. They have $800 million in revenue. It's trading only at $228 right now, so I believe it's like tremendously undervalued. And earnings come out after hours, and the sector is hot because everyone's doing home improvement right now.
What was the ticker symbol there?
HBP.
HBP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look this up. Oh yeah, Huntington Building Products. Okay, now let's quickly look at that. Yeah, a name that we're not familiar with right now. You mentioned, Josh, that there was earnings after market up that 1.78%. Nice little bump off the morning. It'd be great if you had it at $2 now. You'd be in a 14% win. But yeah, that's a nice little move to the downside. Did you want to tell anybody, are you in it today or this is a longer term holding for you?
I'm in it today.
You're in it today. So what, do you mind telling anybody what price you got it at?
Yeah, I got it at 220.
220. Okay, so we're busting out right now. So nice little win. We'll catapult you for that. Let's check out a daily chart just to see what our opinion. Oh yeah. Here we go. Definitely like that. We're well above the 50-period moving average. This looks like a good one. We're breaking back out. These are some nice little tops right here. 230 looks like where we're at. Watch out. Very risky though, holding and trading stocks through an earnings report, but good luck on that one. It does have a high up here of 3 and change. I do think you're right onto that. The sector's super hot. We did see Home Depot. We've seen Lowe's making new highs as everyone's sitting at home right now. I guess you're not really missing school too much, but do you have any plans moving forward? Are you doing anything come the fall time? Are you back in school? Is there a college or a university maybe you're looking to do? Are you heading into the workforce at all?
Yeah, well, I graduated high school, so I'm off to college, looking to major in financing.
Nice, good job there, majoring in financing. Yeah, that's what I did. I majored in finance through Wilfrid Laurier University here in, well, just outside of Toronto, Ontario. So the only thing I have to tell you is you're doing the right thing, in my opinion, Josh. Learning while you're young, right? There's nothing like actually getting into the fire, making some trades, and I love what you're doing there with your analysis. How did you come across HBP? Was it somebody sort of whispered in your ear, hey, look at this stock? Was it the home business here, the industry? You mentioned that it's a hot sector. What made you come across this name?
I actually saw it in a chat room, a stock chat room.
Okay, I'm going to say, be very, very careful. I like the fact that you did some research there, but watch out for stock chat rooms. We don't do pump and dumps here. We're actually putting real capital at work. But you got to be careful there. Some people have alter ideas about chat rooms and things like that.
I've gotten burned by.
Okay, good. So be very, very careful there. Don't put too much risk into that. Arun, as we go, you working with anything else here?
Yeah, somebody just asked me about what to do with Apple here. Obviously, it looks like it's setting up nice, but the problem is the risk on this trade. Again, I was not willing to pay $4.39 earlier when I wanted that short in front of $4.40. I still don't want it now because the trade would set up if it broke $4.39, but the problem is then it becomes a $3.50 risk. Not willing to take it. I want to see what happens if we get back above the 440, 50 area, starts to slow down again. Second time around, then I'll take a short. Right now, I'm waiting on this one. A couple things I did do. Oh, actually, I want to point out one thing. Whoever called out NVAX, I hope you took it because I said I couldn't figure out the risk. This thing has gone $3 since we talked about that trade. So whoever called that one out, good job on you guys. CCL is not doing a whole lot there. Still waiting on that one. Another trade I did take is MXIM. Actually, I took Zoom as well. Zoom broke out that 267 and stayed above that high. So I'm going to step into Zoom. 265.50 is the stop on that one. We're going to wait for that one to play out. MXIM, I also stepped into. If I can pull a chart up for you guys here, MXIM. In the meantime, we're going to go to Brendan, and we'll come back to me, and I'll figure this out.
A couple of positive notes over the weekend, guys, on this one. Take-Two Interactive, TTWO up 2.5% today. Just broke 168 there on a volume spike. Coming back in a little bit, but recent highs here for TTWO, guys.
TTWO, okay, that's Take-Two, I believe. Yeah, Take-Two Interactive Software, big one there. You must be a video game player there, Josh.
Yeah, I play quite a few video games.
All right. What game are you on right now?
Right now, none. I'm looking at buying Ghost of Tsushima. That game looks really nice.
Yeah, that's sick. Is that Ghost
Recon?
Recon?
Weird, eh?
No, it's a new single player game that just came out.
Oh, it's a new one. Okay, it's funny because I was looking at EA Sports right now. A nice little move upside. I have an 18-year-old at home, and yeah, he's all over everything, waiting to go to university for himself right now as well. No Man's Sky. I don't know if you've heard of that. But
yeah, that's a good game too.
Yeah, that game's pretty hype. You were showing me that one. So a good little look there. My 8-year-old also on that. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But here we go. EA Sports to the high side. I just want to let you know, I don't know if you're able to see the chat here, but a lot of love for you on the chat today. A lot of people wishing, and myself included, that we could rewind the clock and be 17, 18, or a teenager again. I'll take any of the teen years. I like 17. I like 19 a little bit better here in Canada. That makes you all legal. Not that tends to matter anymore. But anyways, they're giving you a lot of love, and I did that. I want to do that as well. I didn't even notice on the chat. I think the fact that you're involved with the market and just getting educated at such an early age definitely means a lot. If I can give you any advice, get an investment account as well opened up. You can start trading in there, start holding some of these bigger names, look for dividends, stocks as well. Don't go too crazy on some of these little smaller ones, although that is where you get the big wins. So shout out to you for holding that and try to take a risk on it. But yeah, it's amazing to see somebody like yourself, Josh, there. And I'm sorry, I'm still looking at so many things. Amazing to see you going ahead, taking the initiative, opening up an account and starting to get educated. With that being said, what are some of the values that you find with watching Trader TV Live? Because we really like to pride ourselves on not only, like I've made 235 trades today, that's 235 individual fills, as well as trying to talk and educate and take questions. What is something that you like the most, or maybe the top one or two things that you really like about Trader TV Live?
Well, not only like the educational thing, I really like the energy. It's a lot like sports, especially when stocks going up, or if you're shorting and you're going down. It's a lot like sports, so it just keeps you more in tune, and
Yeah,
it's
okay.
really cool to watch.
No, that's good. And that's why we bring in guys on like Arun. Neil and I have both different styles. We trade differently. But the one thing that we always try to do to all of our members, and I did want to thank you to Joseph Mendoza as well, always busting it out here on the chat, and everybody else who's a member. Thank you so much. We definitely love to get some love from our members here. And thank you so much for those kind words about the show. And what you're talking about is what's coming up in about 30 or so minutes. We do have, if I can find it, I have so many things to hit on the board now, Josh. Coming up right here, sympathy plays. So if you want to learn a little bit about sympathy plays and what we mean there, that's sort of like, and I'll give you another example, guys. If the electric car space is hot, obviously you're going to get Tesla moving, but Tesla could also drag up stocks like Workhorse, like NEO, like Nikola, like SPAC, which is going to be Fisker as well. We actually did an episode on SPACs. I think it was a couple weeks ago. That should be up there as well. If not, it's coming. Here's Nikola all the way back to the upside. You want to talk about education? This is what we're doing. We just don't buy and then sell. Like, there's some guys that will buy 50,000 shares, or they claim to buy that many shares, and they sell them for 30 cents higher, and they say, hey, I just made 20 grand. I mean, that's all well and good, but we're trying to make trades. We're trying to give you guys ins and outs in our actual trades here. So this is mine on Nikola. We're now making moves back to the high side. I do like this on a possible break. One name that I haven't traded today that I know Arun has a little bit, and maybe we stepped away from it, was ADT. Right now, it seems to be consolidating a little bit, so that's really nice. There's a breakout potential above 1511 here, Arun. I don't have anything on but this Nikola trade, as you guys can keep seeing. I'm looking for more. The worst trade for me today that I've given up here was CCL. We did go short here. It does crash. We go short again. We average in on that short. Actually, no, we get out for 5 or 6 cents here, taking that hit, make that all the way back. But look, it goes all the way down to 1280, and we missed that. I know, Arun, you were in that CCL trade. Is that something you're still in, or have you dropped
I'm still in, but I'm committed to the, well, at this point, it's out of the money. It's like 20 cents out of the money. I'm okay with that. 1320 is still the stop. That we're going to wait on that one there. The other update I'm going to give you guys is MXIM. I got into that long, and that one's also out of the money by 8 cents or so. But hey, the big winner here, Zoom. I called it for you guys here. We're still waiting on this one to cash out in front of this risk reward. I didn't get the fill on the move the first time around. I am looking for that bounce up and to get out risk reward, $1.50 in, $1.50 out, and then we'll manage the rest out, right? Futures now looking towards that 90s, so if we can break out, there could be a trade on the futures as well. A whole lot happening. Yes, this time of day, it tends to slow down, but this market does not want to slow down during lunchtime. Not yet anyway, so this could be a nice little push into the lunchtime hour as we're kind of working this through. And I'm very close to cashing out on Zoom as we're waiting on this one there, Sean.
Yeah, okay. I just want to give a shout out before we go to Brendan here. Thank you so much, YouTube admin. This is what we're talking about, guys. I mean, obviously you're not YouTube admin, but that'd be pretty sweet if you were. If you were, bump us up on the schedule there. Made his day in 2 hours. A month's pay, Brendan, in 2 hours. I wish that was true of myself, but we've done pretty good. Maybe a week's pay. What's up, Brendan?
That is exactly why we are here, guys. If you're joining us for the first time, hit the like button, hit subscribe. You'll make Valeria very, very happy, and maybe even see her floss later on. NCLH, another one. Yeah, there you go. Hit the like button. NCLH, I mean, the entire group, as far as the cruise lines are concerned, concern coming under pressure today. We mentioned a couple of the reasons, the CCL story. There's another story that Robbie just brought to my attention here from the production crew. They're also subbing in as assistants on the news side today. A Norwegian cruise line here, guys, suspending operations because, 36 crew infected with COVID-19. So more negativity, as if we didn't need that already for the cruise lines, guys.
Cruise lines, no good here. I did want to give you guys a quick update on Microsoft. I do like this. We are above VWAP. We could get going again through 213.50. Let's take it if it does break. The reason why, something's going on with Facebook right now. Facebook shoots up here. Nice little move up on Facebook. So just wondering about what's up with that. Brendan, if you could check. I don't think it's anything, but Facebook, a nice little move up there. We all saw them in Congress the other day. Here comes Snapchat as well. And by here comes, it's not doing anything. But I would love a 2090 break. Oh, okay. I got something I want to talk to you about, Josh. First of all, before I get to Josh, though, I did want to say thank you so much. YouTube admin, we make you a month's or 2 months pay, and you become a member. So thank you so much for that. Anybody else who wants to join up, thank you so much for that, including you as well, Nick Patter-Moster. There, thank you so much for that as well. Nice little join up there. Again, everybody, thank you so much for all the joining up. As Nicola now, $1.21. Nicola, we slay that dragon. Get back here, Brendan, as we slay him through as Nicola making a move to the upside. I did also buy some more in my account today as well. So Nicola, a nice little move to the upside, a nice big win there. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, Josh. I want to do a channel check right now. So do you know what a channel check is?
No, I don't.
Good. Education time right now. We hear lots of people always talking about channel checks and what does that mean exactly. So I'm going to do one right now, and I'm going to do it on my friend Snapchat. So here we go. We put the little logo up there. What I want from a channel check is this. What channel checks are is like if you're looking at investing in Apple, what a lot of people do is they'll go to the Apple store and they'll check the lines. You can talk also to employees over there. You want to buy Gap, you go and check, is anybody shopping at Gap? So I'm going to do that with you right now. Is there any social media right now, and I do this to my kids as well, is there any social media right now that you favor one versus the other? And I'm talking about Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, things I don't know about. What social media do you favor right now as a 17-year-old?
Well, my generation as a whole, it's mostly just Snapchat and TikTok. So Facebook, I don't think anyone uses it.
And nobody uses Facebook. Watch out.
Not for my generation, but Snapchat and TikTok are hot.
Okay, so Snapchat right now, you would say that the majority of your friends using Snapchat more than any other social media?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a channel check right there, guys. So about me looking to short Snapchat, maybe we'll cancel that trade. No, we won't do that, but maybe not a great short-term pull down. This might be a great opportunity to buy some Snapchat today. I was actually talking about it this week. If TikTok gets taken over by Microsoft and gives itself a $5 billion valuation, a little bit of work required to find out exactly what Snapchat's valuation should be if TikTok's is $5 billion. Let's find out what Snapchat's is. But right there, Brendan, you see this little purple wick? You know what that means, and so do I. It means that we are now short. So let's see what Snapchat wants to do on the short side. We're short now, $20.90. Take it, Bren.
Yeah, I love that. Day lows breaking to the downside. Market still relatively strong, however. Love, guys. Southwest just popping up on a volume scanner here. You can see big volume spike and price spike up to 32. A bit of a pullback here back into 31.5, but love Southwest moving around, guys.
Okay. And I also did see there, before we go on, I want to say thank you so much to everybody here, including Patrick. Thank you so much. Too bad it's not all day long, every day, every time. Bang! Snapchat, what up? Nice little win right there. Thank you, Patrick, for that. Again, we're trading a decent amount of shares, so that's why we get excited for 5-cent wins. Snapchat, okay. Now, I'll get back to that chat very, very quickly. But Snapchat making a move to the downside there. We did cash out our best out right now, 86. It's down to 83, 82. We waited all day for this one, baby. We do have this Snapchat short, still making us some moves right now down to the downside. But I was going to say Brendan, but Arun, we got this one. You short with me here?
No, I'm not short, but I am long and taking this for a ride. Zoom up $2 now in the money from that 267 break. We're now above 269.30, approaching 270. I've already made my money on the one-to-one risk reward in front of that 268.50. Now we're just going to let it go for the rest of it. Update on the other position. CCL still out. We're still waiting on that one. And Maxim starting to bounce. So MXIM is also now out of the money, but still waiting on this one trade. One thing is, I want to know what's happening. Brendan, if you can check for us, that'd be great. What's happening with the airlines? Boeing just shot up straight from 156 once we cleared this area. Now, I was looking at this initially as a short, and then it did something, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like this bounce. I'm going to have to read it and then short it. I never got back around to reading it, and this thing just took off. It now cracked 161 even. Now it's backing towards 160 even. So now we're kind of consolidating, but there's something going on. I saw you noticed Brendan there. He mentioned Love and now Boeing and then UAL. I saw someone mention the chat UAL. There's something going on in the airline, so there's a whole lot of activity there to work with, guys. In the meantime, futures still messing around with that 87 area. Now we're stuck between that 90 and that 75, what we've been doing pretty much all morning. At this point, just go back to Zoom since this one's in the money quite a bit. I'm going to trail this one up, 268. We're going to give it $1. Also lock in. Even if I lose on this, we're going to give up $1. We're going to lock in about $1 or so. If we take 270 though, this thing can really go, right? That's a big round number people love to trade off of. So 270 break, that could be something to work on a quick momentum push. But in terms of actual position trading, I can't work with anything there, but I've already got the position, so I don't have to do a whole lot. I see Sean over there, got his hands out. What's going on over there, Sean?
We're just cashing in, baby. It's cash time. We raised the cup today. Snapchat, thank you so much. We hammer that out. We do a channel check, but I told you that was not going to scare me away from Snapchat. I've been saying $20.90. I hope you got that one, Gus, David, anybody else who's in the building. We've been hammering Snapchat. We only made one trade today on Snapchat, and yes, sir, it is a trophy raiser right now, down to 2072. Big time win there on Snapchat today. We only make one call on this one, and bang, it's down to day's low right here. Big time win. Nicola, $1.70 in the money as well on that name. And just FYI on everything else here, we go long on Softy. Let's give this one all the way back down to 213 and change. We're long on Softy, breaking through 213.50. We've taken a little bit off here for 5-6 pennies. That's crazy, I know, but we're scalping this one. Now we hold the rest. Very, very small position out. But yeah, hells to the yeah. We happy with this Snapchat trade. Big time mover here with only a half hour to go. Let's get the rest out maybe here down below. But I gave you guys Snapchat levels earlier, and I looked at some of this consolidation, and I do still think, man, we're right at this top right now. Well, no, we're not. 1980. We were at this top, 21.22 earlier. Now we break down to the downside. This is what I'm looking at. The bottom of this consolidation is actually 19 and change. So watch out here as Snapchat not getting any love today, guys. Down 7.6%. I guess maybe people might have thought Snapchat was possibly a target, not just of Microsoft, but of anything. Brendan, if you can get me Snapchat's market cap, that would be great, because if TikTok's being bought for $5 billion, I just wonder what Snapchat's at. I almost think they're really close in value, but 32. Snapchat making moves to the downside, probably a little 32. Overvalued at this price. Microsoft trying to go. We're going to give that one. Oh, it just... How much?
32.
32 billion. Okay, Snapchat. Adios. I think this thing goes at least down to 2050 today. Let's hold on to some snapperoonie here as we continue to go downside. JMIA. Oh, one thing I did forget about because we're going crazy with Snapchat there. Sorry, Josh. How's it going there? I hope you're having a good time. I have another question for you in a second, but I did want to get back up here to find, because we did get some new members there. I did want to thank you to YouTube admin. We did say thanks to that. Nick as well. And I thought I might have missed another one there. Oh yeah, here we go. KK, what's up, KK? Thank you so much, and thank you for Patrick for that super chat as well. And yeah, JMIA, we missed that long, but one long we did not miss was, where is it here? Mara. We did have this guy long as well down here at 325. Unfortunately, we make, like you said, you make your month sometimes on a few trades. We could have here, but we dumped that at 50 for sure. That is MARA, but Snapchat, oh, here's Tesla. Oh, forget about you, Tesla. Snapchat with 32 billion valuation. Wow, I think Microsoft might have got themselves a decent deal there. As there goes Microsoft now, 20 plus pennies in the money, breaking out a little bit. What is this top? 213.75. Let's get some out right here and rinse and repeat that. Josh, my friend, I'm still here, and I'm glad you are as well. Is there any longer term holdings that you perhaps like right now in your own account, or I guess in your father's account? Are you guys holding anything for a dividend, or maybe something that's 3 to 6 months down the line that you're liking?
No, I'm not holding anything actually, but if I were to hold, it would be CLSK probably.
Would be which name, sorry? TLSK? I'm not even sure. What is that? What is that? Are you talking about TLSK?
Yeah, it's
Let's look that
a
up.
clean energy company.
Okay.
I forgot a lot of the details, but it's really strong technically.
Okay, we'll find out a little bit more about that right now. But Arun, I've been talking like crazy. I'm going to hydrate up. Why don't you take it from here for a couple seconds?
Yeah, absolutely. So update on Zoom, guys. Again, Zoom's getting close to that 270 and backing off now. The trailing stop on this is 268, so that's still in the money, about $1.50 or so. We're going to wait this one out. 268 gives me about $1 if I cash out there. Couple updates on CCL. This is just ever since I got in, horrible entry there. It's just against me now. It's about 26 cents against me. I'm okay with that. I'm already making money elsewhere, so you got to take some hits somewhere, right? So apparently CCL is going to be my hit today. 13.20 is the exit there. We're going to wait on this one. We're 10 cents away from that. MXIM is about 10 cents out, 15 cents out actually, and that's about 15 cents from the stop as well. Update on futures, because futures, you know what, there's a whole lot happening there. The kind of movement we're getting on the futures there, it makes me think that, you know what, we actually have a chance to break out. As I pull up the chart here. See, the problem with the futures is this. Given the type of movement we got, and then we got the bounce, which could have essentially broke the bottom, and then we're getting a bounce back to the top now, makes me think there's a whole lot of activity here, but at the same time, I don't want to use 75 because it's too clear. What I mean too clear is there's a buildup of stops right below here, because if we break through there and catch a run on stops, we can easily just bounce right back up because there is activity below it as well. So on the breakout, what I'm going to do, and this is the way I like to kind of approach the futures when we're going to break out a clear area. I want to see what happens after we break out. In the meantime, Brendan's got some. What do you have, Brendan?
CHGG, Chegg here, guys, 7.5%. We talked about another online learning platform a little bit earlier. I don't remember which one it was, but another one from that group. CHGG, 7.6%. Big time reversal here, just above 87. See if it can hold 87. Otherwise, might get a bit of a pullback. This is all-time high territory for Chegg, guys. CHGG
up 7.6%. I'm trying to get the chart on this thing. This thing is moving. Now, this type of trading is kind of difficult for me because I tend to like setups more than momentum pushes. I know Sean loves the momentum pushes, right? We backed off these 88s. I'm sure Sean, if he saw this chart and he said, oh, 88 break, he's in. That's not my style. I kind of wait a little bit more. So you're going to see a different approach from both of us here on how to read this. My way of approaching CHGG is I'm going to pull up the chart. This is a 1-minute chart that I had up. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Let's pull it up to a 5-minute chart. I just want to see where the areas are, where the areas of resistance support are. I'm seeing a ton of action here in front of this 86.25, 86 even area, right? So if we approach down there, slow down again, I'm going to try to get a bid down there with a stop just below the furthest point where there was support. To me, I'm seeing that around the 85 area, right? So if I step in around 86.25, 86.30, 85 even on the stop, it's about $1.30 or so in risk. Then I'm going to look to see that 88 breakout, and then I'll cash out as it breaks instead of actually taking the break itself. So it's a different approach, and you're going to see this today. You might have seen me today trading this, and tomorrow as well. And you know, we have different approaches on this. I do want to get back to Zoom on what Zoom is doing. If I can get the chart on this Zoom again. 268 is still the level. You got to be willing to give up some if you want to see that 270 break, because it's not going to give it to you super clean. Something that someone pointed out in the chats that I was kind of watching while Sean was talking was Codex. Codex is just super hot right now. It is on fire. The breakout for me would have been around 28.40, and then even on the pushback down, I want to figure out where, I'm still looking at this, trying to figure out where we want to put a stop on this, but I think the breakout here is pretty good here, and it's not super clean. Makes me think that the breakout was legit, right?
Yeah, and Brendan, pigs get slaughtered, but today There ain't no pig out here because look what we're doing to Snapchat. Snapchat now at day's low. There it is for you right there, Josh. Look at this trade. This is a breakout trade, and if I can show you anything, we waited for this all day. And again, we had an idea, just like you have with your home builders there. We had an idea that Snapchat was going to be overvalued today at this kind of a level there with TikTok coming through. Snapchat today, we wait all day for this. Would have been fantastic at VWAP, but look at this break, guys. 2089. Now I'm not going to get any more out. We've already cleaned our money up a little bit here. Not cleaned it up as in, hey, tax man. No, we're fine. We pay our tax and cover that up. But we clean up Snapchat right here. Coming back to the downside. I guess, Josh, you don't ever have to worry about paying taxes, do you?
No, not yet.
Good for you. And don't worry about it right now. But once you start making that money, you're going to do finance, and you love it. So good little look there. And there is out on Softy on once again a bad wick. But we take out Microsoft there for a 30-cent win. Nice little trade there. We get out on that move downside. So let's get back in right now. But Microsoft, we were just long right down here, 213.50. Out right now, 90 on a bad wick. But we got to get back in here as Microsoft ripping to the high side. Snapchat 21 cents in the money and still going down, and Nikola still going down to the downside right now. You're going to college, I guess, in the fall, Josh, for finance, You said?
Right.
What about finance interests you?
I don't know, I just like dealing with money. I like investment banking. That interests me quite a bit. Yeah, investment banking is a good one. It seems like all the research that you're doing has definitely got you in the right spot for that one. We did take another, and again, what I'm talking about here, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you, Josh, or not, but our software takes in consideration all of these wicks, and sometimes we get out on like keystroke errors. When this happens, our system thinks it traded down there. So when I had an out at VWAP, it thinks it went past it, sends out an order, and I get taken out, so we go back in. Have you have any experiences already at such a young age with keystroke errors at all? And what we mean by that is you enter maybe a short instead of a long, or you insert a little bit too many shares when you didn't mean to have that many. Is that an experience that you've ever had? Oh yeah, just by a misclick of a button, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's a misclick of a button for sure. You got to watch out for those ones. What's up, Brendan at the big desk? Oh, it's Gus or Brendan? It's Gus. Where's Gus at? There's Gus. Gus, welcome back.
How are you, boys? Great
those
to
of
be
you
back.
That may not know, Gus, give me a second here. I'll introduce you. Those of us that may not know Gus is a big trader on our floor. We're so happy to have him back. He's definitely a good friend of mine. With that being said, Gus, take it away, my friend.
Welcome back. It's great to be back. Just started practicing today. Got the trading system up and running, collecting a lot of my data. I liked Arun's trade today on the futures, 32.80. Saw some big buyers at that level. Took a little practice shot in TMS to get warmed up, and who loves you? Day trade the world.
Attaboy, Gus. Thank you so much. And Gus, I brought up, thank you so much, Gus. We'll hit the air horn for Gus. He'll be back on hopefully every day or so as he gets back comfortable into the game. We don't want to take him away from it. But Gus did say something that's very, very important there. And I think that if we're going to do an education show like we do, and we sort of pride ourselves on live trading, honesty and whatnot, Gus right there, a disciple of Neil and I's, of course, so smart. Paper trading. Comes back into the game, slows everything down, gets comfortable in your spot, puts on some paper trades. Thanks for the shout out to Arun's great trades. I feel like I'm back to the future here. No love for me, Gus. We've had a monster day today. We make back what we lost on Friday. Friday was a fun day, very frustrating, but today has once again been another great day for us. Nikola, $1.50 to the high side up here. You mentioned, Josh, also that you paper trade. How many paper trades or fake trades, practice trades did you make before you actually put real money to work?
Honestly, I barely paper trade. I just jumped right in, really. I started with only a few $100s. I actually got really lucky with my first trade. It was Genius, GNUS.
Attaboy.
Pump and dump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I made quite a few months. I made quite a few profit off of that. But I really just learned as I trade. I didn't do much paper trading.
Okay, good one there. So flying in the face of guts there, but that's the thing though. If you guys are paper trading, be very, very careful. Watch out if you're trading live. Make sure you don't make too many mistakes to go. I did want to ask, how do you think we're all doing, guys? People loving us. We're missing Neil today, but I want to thank everybody. We're only 100 likes away now from 1,000. So I think today's show has been absolutely fantastic, and we're crushing it over here today. It's been a very, very good day. Kodak, though, that's not Codex, Arun. This is Kodak. This may be one for you as well, Josh. You want to talk about a crazy mover. This is a failure of the market here, guys. And you can see Kodak here. I'll talk a little bit about it. This is what you call a short squeeze for you as well, Josh. We do have a lot of videos up there on our Market Wisdom page. But look, 250 breaking, goes straight to the upside. $60, so $2 one day. They get $750 million from the Trump administration, rips up to 60, now down to 17. We don't want to leave this guy waiting, but Kodak, a big name, down 21% today alone. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, guys, great to see Gus back. Great to see a couple of the other guys back on the floor as well. We're finally here in Toronto back into stage 3 as far as reopening is concerned. So slowly bringing some of the guys back in. So great to see Gus back on the floor. Pitney Bowes, PBI, guys, office equipment maker, shooting up this morning. $5 million shipping contract announced from the government. So $5 million contract for PBI here. It's up 30%. Nice trending move. Just made a day high there for PBI as well, guys.
Okay, I'm just going to take this quickly because I have to go. I've been drinking too much water, but I did want to give a big shout out to my mother. I hope you're doing well. I know you guys are watching at home on this holiday. I love you guys, my mother and my father. Thank you so much. And thank you to my father for also getting me very interested in the stock market at a younger age. We used to sit down there and watch Jim Cramer. Now me and Cramer have gone back and forth on Twitter a little bit. Maybe I can put a poll up. Cramer or myself, now we both trade very differently there. I never used to work at Goldman Sachs as a hedge fund, but now I'm on a much superior show than what he's on with Trader TV Live. But Arun, take this. I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so a couple updates on the positions that I had. CCL, I'm just going to quickly go over that one. That trade kind of just blew up. So that short down there, I took the hit on that one. It's a 35-cent hit. That's perfectly fine. That was it's part of the game, right? You step in, you make a read. If you're right, you're right. You're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And at the end of the day, as long as the numbers average themselves out and you're the winning side, that's perfectly okay as long as it fits the structure of your trade. Now, Zoom, that one I've still got. That one I've got in at 267. I'm still managing this one out. 268 is still the trailing stop. It keeps getting closer and closer, creeping towards that 270. Hopefully we can get that break, a nice push. MXIM, I was holding on to this trade. It's about half an hour now. I've been holding on to this one around 69.10. You know, it went through 69. I had the 68.80 as a stop. And now we're back up. We're 4 cents in the money on that one, and it's starting to mess around. Hopefully we can take that 20 out and get a push on that one. Okay, the big trade that I want to go over here, because I just took it and then I bailed on it, and that's completely my fault. I'll get to this one after we get through Brendan. Brendan, what's up?
We were talking, guys, earlier about this one, apps. APPS, if you remember, another day high just made here. We're now at 15.20 for this thing on APS. I was trying to figure out where we were talking about it. I think it was here, 14.80 up to 15. But nice look for APPS. All-time highs again today for this one, guys.
Okay, so I'm just fixing my audio here. Somebody said the audio wasn't clean, so I'm just fixing that or doing my best to fix it. The trade that I want to get through is BA. BA set up very nicely after backing off that 261, going towards 260, finding some bids, taking a shot above it. I wasn't going to take it on the break, and then we came in and found some buyers. Now I'm going to zoom in on this chart. I took the long after we found some buyers when we dipped back into 261. And then it kind of just messed around and I kind of got out. I know it says pink right here. I did not go short. It's just me getting out of that long. I kind of scratched the trade pretty quickly. It was just one of those things where I got in. I was like, you know what? I don't like how it's breaking out. I'm going to get out. It's not my typical type of trade, but in a situation like BA where it's just been going straight up since pretty much like since 10:30, it's kind of hard to actually find a setup that I can work with. So I got out. Of course, this thing goes another 60 cents after I got out. So we're going to have to sit here and watch this thing take off on me. Futures, on the other hand, futures, oh man, futures is going right towards the top end. I'm going to clean this up here and give you guys a chart, or at least a chart read that I would look at on the futures. Now, as we get near this high here, well, we were taking out the high, 92, 32.92 on the high break. Now, I'm not going to take it right away, but I want to see what we do when we dip back in. If we can catch some bids down here, I'm going to say, you know what, I'll step in, go long, put 85 as a stop. It's going to be a micro, I'm not going to call it a scalp, but it's like a micro time frame trade for me, is just to see what we've got above 92 if we actually get down below and actually find some buying. So I want to see what we've got towards the 90. If we find some buying there, I know the breakout's legit. I'll take a shot, risk of 5 points or so. It's inside everything, I know, but that's the type of trades sometimes you got to kind of step in and take a shot at, and I'm perfectly okay with that one. In the meantime, hey, Zoom, look at Zoom, guys, 270. That is, I know I'm not going to do a bang like Sean does, because Sean can only do the bang. But me, on the other hand, I'm just going to say I got 260 on this one here as we take 270 on the break. So $2.60 in the money as we take the break. Brendan, do you have anything for us?
Finally broke that ADT 14 level. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. So I got to flush through that 14.20 down to 14. So nice little technical break to the downside on ADT. The actual low, though, 13.25, guys, from right at the open this morning. So let's see what happens if ADT wants to finally throw in the towel, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a little dancing gorilla there, Arun. I don't know if we have any things with Arun's face on it or anything, but we love the dancing gorilla, Neil and I. We love the disco ball. If we have an Arun floss, I'll hit it as well, but there we go. Nice win there, man. Zoom, I think you're not giving yourself enough credit for that one. $3 almost in the money. Great trade there on Zoom. Excellent. Nicely done. Okay, JMIA here takes out 19. We go into JMIA right now. Technologies here, they've been moving around for the last little bit. Jumaya Technologies were long finally now on a 19 break. We try to let it settle down. I wasn't sure where to get in, but we'll play a 19 break. JMIA. So right now long 1908. Snapchat still an 11 penny winner. Look, the thing about Snapchat is, guys, we took this thing at 11.26. Since then, the futures are right here. They've been going nothing but straight up. So what happens when the futures fall? What's going to happen to Snapchat? Probably see you later. Nikola also a nice one to the long side. Electric cars. Any opinions? I know you talked about that stock that you had there, Josh, TLSK, that you were looking for longer term energy. I guess right now all the rage for you guys, especially with the younger generation, is clean energy, lots of things happening in that space. Like, for example, if you were to buy a car right now, what would you buy?
Well, if I had the money, I'd buy a Tesla.
There
But
you
yeah,
go.
clean energy is all the rage right now. Electric vehicles, sector's been hot for quite a while. Tesla, anything connected to Tesla just goes up. Even if it's just rumors, it just goes up.
Yeah. We love Tesla. I mean, it's funny because I was actually long Tesla today. Now that we bring it up, it's going to be a sore spot for me because we were long 1475. And I didn't make a mistake here. But Josh, this is what kind of happens. And we did hint on it a little bit early on about trying to follow your plans, right? And if I'm going to use VWAP to get out, you can't really be scared. You may have more shares than you're comfortable with, but you got to sort of have a plan of action. And when we're stepping into Tesla here, although this was $7, $8, if I should have been a little smarter and given it all the way to VWAP. So if there's anything, if any of our traders or viewers are trying to learn a little bit here today, and that is that stick with kind of your plans. I was enough of a loser for me early on that I didn't want to take this, I didn't want to let it fall all the way back down. But there it is, a break of VWAP. Actually saved me a little bit because I probably would have got out down here on that break, but you got to watch out. You got to sort of do some back testing. I think that's super important when you're trading stocks. And I mean, one stock that we've been trading a lot over the last couple of weeks has been Nikola, and that's a catapult here once again to the upside. We're still holding it small, guys. We're only holding 10% of our Nikola spot right now, but it is a long down here at 31.30. So it's been an absolutely fantastic day so far, and I did want to thank you, Josh. Oh yeah, and by the way, you're going to be getting, I believe, one of these Lewis Daniel watches. So look out for that. Our marketing team will be in touch with you. That'll get delivered straight to your door. Send me a picture when and if you do get it. I'm not on Snapchat, but if you're on Twitter or Instagram, send that in, and we will gladly post that up for you. As here goes Nikola, guys, $1.50 now in the money. Too bad we're so light on it, 10% up though. But here goes Nikola. Let's give a little bit of a longer term look on this one. Obviously it's a brand new stock. That little bottom there is $34. So I think we can definitely get to $34 today. Let's see if it does take that out. I thought I heard Brendan. What's up, B?
Candy Technologies, guys, big mover from last week, if you remember. KNDI just popping up here on a volume scanner, just broke through 8 and 820. So coming up to these levels up here, 850 and then 9-ish from that spike higher from a few weeks back on KNDI, guys.
Yeah, we traded Candy last week as well, and that was a big mover for us there, Arun, KNDI.
Yeah, I'm looking at KNDI. It's for me, I don't know. It's not. There's a ton of movement that I don't want to do right now. I mean, like the way it's moving, I don't like it at the moment. I'm sure as a scalper, I think the trade is there, or you can find a momentum push on it. But in terms of building a position, I don't know how to do it. It's just not setting up properly for my liking. It's just straight up, right? This type of movement, it's kind of very hard to gauge because at what point does the kind of buying dry up and it's look out below because all the buyers are gone and there's no bids left, given how it's moving, right? You're kind of playing the game. That's a game you're playing when you got movement like this. Now the trade that would have been gold if I had seen it, 780 break. I could easily then say, you know what, 740 on the stop, 780 break, and then we kind of let it ride a little bit. But at this point, for me, it's a little too late. Until we can actually find some kind of basing out, kind of find some back and forth buy, sell, and I can figure out a level and risk and things like that, then I can't. Then I'll do something, but at the moment I can't do a whole lot with this one. But again, back to Zoom, guys. Zoom is kind of just going sideways at this point. Between 269 and 270, it's just kind of waiting to do something, whether it's to the downside or upside. It's figuring out what it wants to do, and at the same time, I'm perfectly okay. Again, 268 is still the stop, and we're just waiting on this one, and MXIM as well. It's just kind of gone flatlined. And I'm perfectly okay with that one as well. It'll tell me a whole lot if we get above 69.20 and then slow down. At that point, I'll cash out. But for now, I'm in the trade. I like the setup. We'll wait for this one to play out. Futures is still messing with those 90s. And maybe, you know what? Maybe if we can get a breakout on pins, just above this 36.80 or so, and we settle in, because I do have to worry about this 37 area. This area is pretty big. If we get above 36.80 or so and kind of dip back into that 36.60 and find a base, then I'm going to actually split the trade, meaning 37.30, the high is 37.30, the bottom is going to be 35.80. I'll split the risk, take the bid right in the middle, and kind of go for a 50-50 shot on the top end because I like how it's setting up. So that's a completely different trade. When it happens, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, KNDI, for all you guys momentum pushing, 840 looks like if we break that, we can get a quick push there. Now my game, I'm going to stay out of it. Maybe you could do something there with Sean.
Yeah, KNDI, always something that we like to look at, and we'll look at it again right now. KNDI, just to give you guys a quick little opinion of mine. And again, here we go, Josh. This is another electric battery maker here, KNDI. We're going to look at it on another time frame again. At this time, guys, I like to put it down to 3 minutes. And that's just a little tip for you there as well, Josh. If you are going to head into we kind of call this the hour, what do we call it? HFT hour, where it starts to get real slow. So you got to look for names that are popping. And wow, here goes Candy. I apologize, missing this one, guys, today. Straight to the upside. This is a 3-minute chart. Base is down here around 7. Great little base. And again, this is something else. We see it come down, resist, base a bottom, similar to what we were doing in the pre-market and then the post-market on Friday. Now you get ready to take out 890 to the top side right now on this one. But JMIA not moving. We're going to give it back down to 18. This one, $1 worth of risk. Again, guys, very, very light. We don't do much when it is this time of day as far as size is concerned. What up, Brendan?
Yeah, guys, a couple minutes to go here before we get out of here for the morning. Let's have a look at, Valeria has the link for you if you want to have a look at our latest educational video. Please go and do that. Lots of great content in that video. When it comes to trading sympathy plays around earnings season, we're still obviously in the heart of earnings season. Some people not really comfortable trading the Amazons, you know, the big, huge high flyers of the world. There's lots of great ideas in there on how you can still express a trade around a big high flying stock, maybe if you don't want to stomach some of that risk. Man, this KNDI, I can't take my eyes off of it. Yeah, coming up to that 9 level, guys. Watch KNDI through 9 might be a decent mover. As I mentioned, we're still in the heart of earnings season. Let's have a look at what is coming up both after market tonight and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings are concerned. I mentioned one of these already, top right there. Take 2, guys, running into earnings. Royal Caribbean's on there as well.
Yeah, a big. Oh, we do take Candy through 9. Let's see what happens now through 9 on Candy, and we are long JMIA as well. So we're going to wait to see if any of these want to do anything. Candy right now, long 904. Okay, let's go over to the board here quickly. Diamondback, Josh, take a look because I'm going to ask you about one of these very, very soon. If there's anything on this board that you like, for me, obviously, I think you just hit it out there. Royal Caribbean, a big name. KLA 10 core on the bottom. Take 2 as well. Anything that you like or familiar with on that board there, Josh?
I wouldn't touch Royal Caribbean. Take two is pretty much the only one I recognize.
Okay, so take 2 there. It is good. Yeah, Caribbean, Royal Caribbean. We'll wait to see. Obviously, Brendan came with some news there today. I did want to give a big shout out, obviously, to Arun and to you, Josh, as well today for a big day, big guest. I think we missed Neil, but I think we did okay. I think a lot of the people on the chat saying today was a big show, and I want to thank everybody for all the love there as well. We're giving Candy a little bit of space here. Not much. Maybe back down here to 8:30. We did take a 9 break again. I did want to make perfectly clear to everybody, JMIA and Candy right now, they've already broken out. I do not endorse a big position in either one of these, but we are trying to top up our day. It's been a monster day. My number 1 stock today continues to be Mr. Softy. Big trade off the open here in the pre-market. We did take 211 long, and then we had this 212 break, which gave us all the way up to 215. Apple a close second, followed by the Bitcoin, followed by NIO. It's been a big day for us. Arun, any positions you have on here as we wrap?
No, I'm still managing that Zoom or that ZM position. Hopefully we can get that 270 break. Futures, I'm still waiting to see what happens below 3290. And MXIM is just messing around doing a whole lot of nothing. I might be stuck in this one for the rest of the day. So we'll just wait this one out. I'm also winding equity trading down. So I'm going to go back to futures for the most part. It's not doing a whole lot right now, but I'm going to put the focus back on that.
Yeah, sure, man. Good luck for sure. My earpiece is dead, but I did hear that it's Miss V. What up, Miss V?
Hey Sean and hey Josh, thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you all the luck on your trading path. And guys, if you would love to join us also, please send your request to marketing@tradertv.live. Well, another amazing day together. Welcome all the new members, more subscribers, and of course, 1K likes. Thank you very much, trading family. It's super important for us to know that you enjoy what we do. And guys, have a great rest of the day and go watch our next educational video at the link I'm sending on the chat. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. Well, today is the National Day of British Columbia in Canada. That's why we don't have catering today, and that's why we don't have fruit salad. But anyways, today is the National Watermelon Day.
Okay. I love watermelon in the fruit salad. And I actually didn't even think about that. It's been so busy, I didn't even get a chance to celebrate fruit salad or not. But yeah, you're right. No caterer here today, so no fruit salad on board. I'm a big, huge fan of watermelon. What about yourself, Josh? What's your favorite fruit?
Probably grapes. Frozen grapes.
Red or green grapes?
Green.
It's very important, as we talk about trading, we got to know everybody's favorite fruit. Arun, yours?
Watermelon, baby. All
Watermelon,
day.
bang!
All day.
Thank God there's no Neil here because
Neil would have a huge problem with
Neil always hates on watermelon because his favorite is mango, and he always.
But here's the thing with Neil, though. He also hates pineapple on pizza. For everyone who says pineapple on pizza should not happen, no, it should happen. It should happen
Neil,
all the time.
Fired.
Yes.
Arun, welcome back to the show. I hope you guys didn't miss Neil too much, but no, that was great. Yeah, Arun, Neil also good call there. We know Neil too well. He does hate pineapple on pizza. So, what about you, Josh? You like the Hawaiian pizza?
Oh no, that's not my thing.
That's not your thing. You're not feeling that one.
He's from Chicago, guys. He's got to be a deep dish guy.
Yeah, it's got to be deep dish.
There you go. There you go.
Brendan with the win again. What else is new? Okay, guys, it's been a fantastic show all the way down the board. Arun, you're getting a lot of love here on the chat, so I did want to say thank you so much for filling in for Neil. And yeah, you guys are right. Arun is back tomorrow. Neil will be, packing up that tent, although I have a feeling he's not tenting right now. But we'll wait to see if he is or not. Arun, thank you so much. Thank you so much for Brendan as well today. Thank you to Josh, our trader, guest trader of the day. Will be getting a Lewis Daniels watch. We are well over time. Valeria with a big shout out as well. Everyone loving her on the chat. There's the big Justin Bieber. So Arun, give a big wave. Thank you to our production team as well. For everybody out there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's been Trader TV Live. We're back again tomorrow. Stay warm, Neil. See you guys.